2, 3, 4.
Hey.
There we go. Yeah, just doing that. Not only does it look nice for you guys, but also it's really, really easy for me to be able to edit the video later. So we've got the code. Let me just bring that up, and we'll go straight to it. Play, connect, direct connect, and let's get into the... Oh, is it going to connect, or is it just... It's playing with me. That's what it is. It's the robots are uprising, and it's all just... Am I on the game? I don't know.
No, you've not connected. Need to move to spectator as well.
I'll tell you what, I think I know what it is. I think it's just the arena not working. There we go.
There we go.
And let me get myself moved to... go to spectator.
Spectator. There we go.
There we are. So we just need everybody to join their tables. And we should tell everybody to start.
Yes. At 9:41 p.m.
Is that definitely the table that they're at? Because I can't actually... Oh, no, because
Oh, they may have connected. There's a chance that they've directly connected to the other player, which would be... Let me see which code I gave you. I gave you... Code
oh, wait. Oh, here we go. They're loading in now.
Yeah, cool. They're just finding their seats.
Let's just head over to the game board. And here we are. We'll clear off the last round results.
There we go. We got our first player, and we're just going to grab our second one, and then we're going to be good to go.
Yep. I believe it's... Not sure who's playing the Ari on this side. Need to make sure I've joined the correct table. Yes, I have. So it's... I'm going to keep saying Roy FPV because nobody's told me otherwise.
It's Rolly.
Is it Rolly?
It says Rolly.
Does it?
R-O... Oh, it's Roy. It's double I. It's not... Oh, sorry, I thought it was... Okay, yeah, it's Roy.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You are right.
Okay, they've selected their battlefield in the meantime.
Yeah, we just need to... They're in a chat together.
Just waiting for Jibs to join the table.
Maybe we need to reconnect to the table. Maybe they already have. They're already revealing their cards. It may just be a little bit of a
good point. Let me just
graphical error.
Refreshing. Just sneakily advertising Robot Raiders for a second there before going to the screen.
Yeah. If you'd like to get one of these awesome game mats, you'll be able to find us on a crowdfunding platform in the first quarter of next year. We just need to move to spectator.
There we go.
Yeah. Should have gone to spectators.
Okay, there we go. We're back on the board now. Everybody's here.
Awesome. Now we're ready. Bam, 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 bam. We're going to be playing Zone Warns versus the Dreaming Tree. Kaisa versus Ari. This is interesting because we do know that this Kaisa deck can struggle into Ari. It's not unbeatable, but Ari does have a pretty reasonable matchup here. We haven't seen the Dreaming Tree, which is the battlefield on the right-hand side of the screen. This one says the first time a unit would be targeted, you draw cards. So this is very good for any of the buff spells. Ari plays a ton of spells that targets their own units, so you get to draw a lot of cards. Kaisa can also use this battlefield because they have cards like Retreat, they have Cleave, they can play their own Stupefies when they're not valuable to get extra value from them. So that's the thing with Kaisa. Kaisa's good into almost every battlefield because Kaisa does what, well, every player wants to do. Like every deck wants to do. Play units, kill units, score points. Take extra turns because apparently that's a thing.
It's not showing cards, I don't think. Again.
Oh, just go ahead and refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, they're searching their deck for their chosen champion.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. No, because Find Your Center's being played.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you reload. So stuff's happening, and it's just obviously a bit of a graphical error.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when we don't control the platform that we're on. Sometimes it just gets a bit funny. I want to join as a spectator. If I try joining when I'm already set to a spectator, will it?
Yeah, it should bring you in as a spectator.
No, it didn't.
Oh, no.
No, it's not. Oh wait, no. Here we go. Now they're
How we're resetting the game.
first. They've reset the game.
Yeah.
That's fine. Apologies for the confusion.
There we go.
Oh, load again. Yeah, there we go. It's all loaded.
Oh, good. All right, we're going to be ready to start round 3 of the Bandle Blitz, week 2. Let's go. Yeah, well, we can see from our bird's eye view which battlefields are not being played on.
We can see that Dreaming Tree is still being played.
Yep. Oh, it's Kaisa versus Kaisa, actually, here. Okay, maybe we had a bit of a...
Yeah.
Oh, that's why the game got restarted, is somebody accidentally loaded the wrong tag.
That will be it, yeah.
Yeah. Kaisa mirror match. This is a lot of people may dislike the Kaisa mirror match. However, it is... If you want to learn the fundamentals of this game, the Kaisa mirror is fantastic for that.
Oh. May I pick the wrong deck again?
Something's happening. I'm not entirely sure.
Definitely.
What player? We're waiting for our bottom player to load in. They probably accidentally removed the battlefield they want to do. You can just right-click the discard pile and view removed. So you don't actually have to keep resetting the game. But we'll see. So they've got to go ahead and find their chosen champion, and then we'll get started. It's Dreaming Tree versus Zone Warrens. Yeah. Yeah, it's players getting used to the tools. So I mostly play on TTS, and we're kind of the first ones to say, hey, let's just do this on TCG Arena and be accessible. But we do accept that you don't have a bunch of hotkeys, and it can be a little bit clunky when you're switching platforms.
Oh, it's reloading again.
Okay, I wonder what's happening. Everything okay?
A message in chat.
Yeah.
Sure. The teaching platform. That's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But I'm looking forward to seeing this match. It's the current top table.
Yeah. Rolled an 18. 18 is a good number. It's better than 8.
So that is Roy, or ROIIFPV, on the top there. And at the bottom, we've got Jibs.
Yeah.
Jibs of Rift Lab.
Yes, glad to have you here. They ran a great series. They had a bunch of qualification events that led into a big finals. And we got to see Prismaticism actually taking that down on their Kaisa yesterday. So
quite a lot of our community was in that tournament. We had a couple that were in the top cut as well, which was lovely. Really nice to see high level play.
Yeah, huge shout out to Lusco Luna from our quaint little server. Although I can't really say that for too much longer. We are getting bigger and bigger every day. And if you're not already a member, I do suggest that you come and join us so you can get in on this in the future.
Actually, let's have a look. We're currently on 119 members.
Do you want to be member number 120? Because we'd love for you to be there. And we do promise in the future that we will have less for delays. We'll stop using StartGG. StartGG.
Going to be using Challenge in future because it's significantly simpler to be able to repair things if anything does go wrong. Which is what caused the major delays that we had today. We would have probably been in round 4 at this point.
Yeah.
So we're just a round behind.
First point, Watchful Sentry. Moving to Zone Warrens, trying to get through some of that deck to add the consistency, allowing us to search. Discarding the Noxus Hopeful. So probably deploying Kaisa this turn. If you're going to get rid of that Hopeful, it means you don't have another 2-drop to go with it. Or you have another one. But bringing Kaisa into play would be definitely an option here. It's usually how Kaisa tends to play. Yeah, we go. Yep, Kaisa Survivor getting deployed into the base. You can kill it with Falling Star, but you're kind of okay with that because you have Dariuses that you'd rather not die to Falling Stars when they're dancing in and out of base. Yeah. So you end up in a situation when you're playing Kaisa where it's like, can I really afford to kill that Kaisa when a lot of my other removal will do that job? Things like Void Seeker when it moves in, or playing Smokescreen. Again, Smokescreen pretty good against some of the top ends of the Kai'Sa deck. So it's kind of like you can kill it, but are you sure you want to? And it does put a bit of pressure in here. Yeah, we're going to be able to come into the Zone Warrens and fight the Watchful Sentry. There's going to be nothing to stop that. Watchful Sentry draws a card when it dies, so we're going to go ahead and score the point and activate Zone Warrens, and we get to see what we throw out. So one of the skills that you can get in this game is what didn't your opponent throw out? If you start thinking through the options of like, if I was going to get rid of that card, what Thousand-Tailed Watcher, when we're at 5 runes, so we're 2 turns away from it, why would we throw out a Thousand-Tailed Watcher? Either we have another one, or the rest of our hand is just not going to, we're not going to have enough runes. We've left all 5 open, so we're planning to have a bunch of interaction this turn. So our hand is quite spell heavy, or at the very least we have a removal for that Kai'Sa, because we don't want Kai'Sa getting through. However, if that's retreat, Kai'Sa is going to be able to come into the Dreaming Tree, threaten the score and the draw. You go ahead and try and Void Seeker it, and then you're going to play retreat, pull Kai'Sa back up. Kai'Sa you'll draw a card off the Dreaming Tree.
Tech Ray. It's going to be getting rid of that dangerous deal.
Tech, yep. This allows you to not get wrecked by Stupefy if it's there.
And there's retreat.
Retreat. Yeah, we're going to see retreat coming from Jibs. Going to pull back that card, and we're going to ramp a room. See, we'd be going to 8, so Thousand-Tailed Watcher would definitely be on the card. So that I would read another Thousand-Tailed Watcher based on the discard. And then, how brave is that Kai'Sa? That's the question. Going to be Void Seeker almost certainly.
It's coming in.
I'd be surprised if we might just not have Void Seeker. If we have it, we'd definitely be using it.
Void Seeker.
Deal 4 damage and draw a card, and then we'll use our Door of the Void's legend ability to just not pay the power cost. But now we get to deploy a Darius.
Yep, there's the Darius.
Darius is ready. You can't really send that in, though. That would be very brave to send it in. It's not worth 1 point. But even just leaving it in base is at risk of falling star. This is pretty tough.
Oh, they're moving it in. Going
Darius comes in
and also getting that point.
Throws out Cleave, which is what you'd normally play with Darius, so I can understand why you do that. So probably not another Darius in hand unless you've got a duplicate. As that would be very good for attacking over Thousand-Tailed Watcher, which I'd assume Jibs has another copy of in their hand, because we're going to 8 now. Potentially just going straight in with Thousand-Tailed Watcher to run over the Darius. Then again, you've got like other options if you've got Falling Star or Stupefy Void Seeker. Stupefy Void Seeker, get Kai'Sa on the board is a play. It's a bit slow, but it would also answer this. Could be Falling Star Accelerate Kai'Sa, score a point on Dreaming Tree, draw a card, and have Retreat available. There's quite a few good lines. But Darius is very vulnerable. Like, Darius is like attacking under the tower and is not looking at the minimap right now. That's what's happening. They're just like, yes, nothing could possibly go wrong. Where's the enemy mid lane?
Yes, thanks me.
Yeah, we'll see. Ultimately, we're going our own copy of Darius coming down from Jibs. Potentially Stupefy? No, we're going 2. It's Noxian Hopeful. That is going to ready the Darius. Darius is going to be able to go in and take out Darius. Beat up your imposter, score point number 2, and then trigger the Zone Warrens. Yeah, Darius is just such a ridiculous card. I've said this on the Fight Night streams, but it's weird to me that they establish how the Legion mechanic works, and then they make a card that works differently from Legion. Jibs is actually on 2 points. They haven't scored their point yet. Falling Star, that's going to be an answer to Darius.
Do this
Yep,
twice.
there we go. Score just gets updated.
Yeah,
2 shots from the
2-2.
sky. Yeah. I'm going to be able to clear Darius away. The question is there a retreat? No, we're not going to retreat the Darius.
What's coming down is the Ravenbloom student.
It's a bit late for Ravenbloom. Ravenbloom can always do something, especially if you've got cards like Cleave. All of a sudden it's a 2 energy 6 attacker, but we threw a Cleave out, so we probably just drew. I didn't see where that in the hand that got played from. Probably just drew the Ravenbloom. Noxian Hopeful and Kaisa online, so we could be scoring 2 points and drawing a card and holding up 4 runes if we choose to do that. How does Jibs want to play this turn?
5-1. Yep, there goes the
Kaisa.
Kaisa.
Accelerate Kaisa, double score.
Oh,
we're committing more pre-combat as well. We're committing more. Right, that's very clever. Dangerous Duo, give a unit +2. It means that Kaisa is very safe because our opponent cannot just Void Seeker and kill Kaisa because Kaisa is currently on 6 might. So that's actually super heads up there. So if we do send the Noxus Hopeful in, it can get blown out by Void Seeker. Sitting on odd points is a bit awkward, but if you just pass here, you burn 3 of your opponent's energy. They just lost 3 energies worth of value. There we go. Yeah, just playing the larger macro of the game. Usually the player who wins is who gets to spend the most energy. Obviously, there's some things about energy efficiencies and stuff like that, but your opponent had a Void Seeker that they just couldn't get value out of there. It was there. It absolutely was there. So that was a really good read based on the number of runes. Well, it's just a case of I don't have to risk running into this and then not sending the Noxus Hopeful in. If you've said, this is what my opponent has, holding back that Noxus Hopeful just burned 3 energy whilst you got to spend 7 of your 8. We don't have retreat because I'm pretty sure we would have at least saved our Darius or our Kaisa, so we can say in Jib's hand that we're not sitting on a retreat. Yeah, so how do you want to play out the rest of this turn? Our Ravenbloom is up. But Ravenbloom feels a lot less good when you're looking at your opponent's already developed 2 guys down there. I mean, if Ravenbloom's backed up with a smokescreen, that would be okay, but then you're still in a bit of an awkward spot. We're almost halfway through both players' decks, so staying pretty good on card draw. Kaisa just very good at that. All their cards are self-replacing. You start getting through your deck, so you pretty much always will see your game plan. You have to get very unlucky to not see any of the cards you're playing 3 copies of. Lecturing Yordle, drawing a card. And pass. We're not going to move out. That 1 rune you could read Hetch Tech, and a little bit difficult to keep a Ravenbloom up in Kaisa if you've not got things to shoot at. If it was Ari, you just go, cool, I can unguard that and be completely fine, but not as safe in this situation. So the players are doing a great job at trying to goad out their opponent's resources for the least valuable units at a time. So yeah, there we go. There's a Hetch Tech coming out, and we're just... and
a retreat.
Go for the retreat. We're really valuing this duo in this matchup. That's the second time it's been retreated, but the key thing for that is it's allowing just enough power to not get outplayed by some of the commonly used removal from Kaisa, and Jibs is now pulling ahead in this card economy. We're ahead on runes, and we are ahead on units. Very safe attack here because our opponent's not going to be able to Hetch Tech Ray a Noxian Hopeful because we're on 4 might. Discard a card. It is a Pouty Poro. Draw a card. Pouty Poro, very, very good into the Kaisa matchup because it's just a 2 energy with Deflect in the early stages of the game. It basically reads, do you really want to Hetch Tech Ray me? Kaisa circumvents its power costs by using its Legend ability. Pouty Poro basically says, hey, you actually have to pay to kill me. There we go. We're going to see a second copy of Pouty Poro being played. I really like this card. It's interesting because I've spoken to players who just don't like this because they're like, it just gets run over by everything. But the point is that your opponent has to commit a unit into it, and Kai'Sa is very good at shooting units that are committed.
And Hextech Ray taking that out, not without
It's-
spending some resource.
Yeah, it's just the power costs are so big, and like if you're paying early to stop them scoring, that can be really, really painful. And you pull ahead in the rune race, so we're on card economy, runes, and points. Jibs is currently ahead as we move into the mid. Basically, we end up in the mid stages of the game. We say early game is points like 1 to 3, and then beyond that, we're in the mid game, and then late game is 6 points onwards, although that's usually the final turn of the game. Games can go quite quickly in Riftbound, for sure.
Oh, there's Void Seeker.
Void Seeker. How many copies of Void Seeker have we seen from Roy? We've got 2 hedge techs.
The second one, I think.
Second, yeah. 2 hedge techs down now.
Making sure. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. I'm going to get the Noxus Hopeful. Maximum value, killing a 4 might unit. So we shot a Kai'Sa and we shot a Noxus Hopeful. Electro Yordle going to step up and score the point. Most likely. And we're going to see a Hedge Tech Ray?
Yep,
it is. Hedge Tech Ray. Again, Lecturing Yordle, another card that's kind of inefficient for your opponent to kill because it's already replaced itself. When you play it, it draws a card. But controlling the score is very important. So this basically puts Roy on an odd number. So it means that there's at least 2 turns before you can try to double conquer. Assuming this isn't just another Hedge Tech Ray. Or a Void Seeker.
Oh, Void Seeker? Yep, there it is.
Void Seeker. Phew. You're not going to be able to defend this. The Void Seeker, yeah, I mean, if you play Hextech Ray, it can bait the opponent into trying to play 2 spells, but Kai'Sa doesn't really play spells that can proactively be used on a Ravenbloom if your opponent doesn't have anything at a battlefield. Like, you're not going to stupefy your own unit. So you just kind of end up getting shot. So you've just stuck your opponent on 2 points, or they're going to have to commit this Darius. Okay, so Darius is down, so that's a giant falling star target. And this is a great example of lineup theory that you can play in card games where if you know the matchup well enough, you know what removal cards should be played on what unit to get the maximum value. In this case, Falling Star's best target in this mirror match, if it's not getting multiple kills, is on Darius's. Darius's have to die. They are extraordinarily obnoxious.
And there's also only 1 rune over on Roy's side.
Yeah, and we know that 2 Hedge Tech Rays are down, and the Paiti Poro drains runes as well. Not that we're already at 8, so draining a single rune doesn't do a ton. But we are getting very close to Jibs being able to just double conquer Time Warp. It's just a case of setting the game state up to do that. I imagine what they're considering is, if they have the Time Warp, how do I get my 6th point and use it?
So, just to let you know that there is a judge call. I'm not sure whether you're going to jump over to the table or if you want to message them. That's a Stupefy coming out.
Yeah. Going to just draw a card. Let me go check.
That's another dangerous duo coming down. The same dangerous duo that we've seen a few times now by the look of it. Patiparo coming in to get that point.
I'll be right there.
Okay, Matt is just dropped out to go and deal with a judge call. And that Stupefy came down. Let's find it on here. There it is. Give it -1, draw 1. Okay, Dastardly Duo is... some counters.
And we're back.
Down comes Mundo.
He goes where he pleases. It's also another very, very strong card in this matchup. He's going to be able to hold because we've got 12 cards 12 cards in a discard pile. So that Mundo is on 18. 18 plus a Pouty Poro. Yeah, good luck trying to Thousand-Tailed Watcher this. So what we're probably looking at is taking that other point and Time Warping next turn. But even if we don't, we can just sit there feeding cards into this Mundo, making that point impossible to take. Darius steps up, and we're going to discard a Watchful Sentry. It's a little bit late in the day for the Watchful Sentry to make such a huge impact. Skipify coming down. We're digging. We're digging for an answer, and Kaisa does not play a good answer for Mundo. This is why I really like Order, because you've got access to cards like Vengeance, Blast of Power, Hardened Dragon. You've got and Hidden Blade. You've got actual answers to kill Mundo. It's actually really funny. Like we've said this quite a few times on other streams, is that everybody thought Mundo was super bad when it first came out. It just turns out that having guys who lift gets you there in a format where Kaisa kills all of the skinny rakes.
Well, there's still card coming down. Draw another card.
Yeah, dig. The sad thing is you would love to be able to do that on Dreaming Tree because you draw an extra card, so you draw 2 cards, but difficult to challenge. We're getting to that point. Double Darius would be 14, but you are going to be running into 5-card Kaisa hand. Kaisa now going to just consider taking Zone Warrens and going for a Time Warp. That's definitely got to be on the menu if Time Warp's in the hand.
Not only 5 cards in hand, but all 12 runes in play as well.
Yeah, we got to recycle 3 runes for the Mundo. So
recycle 3
we'll just
from
let them
trash.
Yeah, it's probably just Jibs is trying to figure out how to do that. You just right-click the discard pile and then look at it, and then you can just put them to the bottom of the deck.
See what's going on the bottom of the deck here.
It really doesn't matter. Kaiser's probably not getting there. Yep, so you have 3 cards been chosen, sent back. Mundo shrinks just a little bit.
It's
still
huge.
Still chunky boy. But the 2 Dariuses are getting into a position where they'll be able to take it, but
so
we've got 2. Yeah, if you've got Time Warp, I think you risk it. Yeah, we've got Zone Warrens. Do you have the removal? Nope.
Gone up to 7.
I mean, Mundo is a very strong chance just holding even if you don't have the Time Warp. Yep, we're going to discard a card, draw a card. Mundo grows by 1. And what we will actually do for the YouTube channel in the future is we'll put out a guide on exactly how to use TCG Arena, the controls, and how to set things up. So that if you do want to jump into this and you're a little bit intimidated, or you're coming over from Tabletop Simulator and need a bit of an idea of just like, hey, how different is it? It is really easy to use. It's just a lot more right-clicking instead of hotkeys. But we'll get that video out so you guys will be able to join in on the fun.
Get that one out sooner rather than later. We'll be having our next one that's being released tomorrow is a how to play video. We may end up, depending on Matt's schedule, just releasing another one this week that just shows you just the simple how to play on TCG Arena.
Yes. We don't have Time Warp, but we do have a gigantic... If either of those cards survive, that is going to be game. And there's 10 runes open. Yep, that is going to be game. Jibs is definitely taking game 1, and they're going to go into their side decks now.
What would you say here?
Well, it depends what you have access to. The thing with Kaisa is that the side deck is so unbelievably flexible in terms of like what options you get, because all your battlefields are good. You get to play a whole bunch of stuff. But if we were using Prismat's list, there is double Acafian Rain, double Time Warp, Thousand-Tailed Watcher, and Sprite Mothers. Sprite Mothers are very strong because they aggressively let you push out. And if your opponent's hashtag raying a Sprite token, that's less bad. Acafian Rain is just a gigantic pickup on stuff. Since you're playing a lot more conservatively and you're trying to go late, Time Warp is also a game ender that you could consider. There's a lot of really good options here that you could be playing with, and it's just a question of what comes out. It's actually interesting. I need to talk to more Kaisa players about what they're pulling in and taking out to fit these in if they're siding against the Kaisa matchup, because all your cards in your main deck are already pretty good.
They finished deciding. I'll see what battlefields are coming out. Just got
Yeah.
a report through that Cedro has beaten Ari this round. Okay, we're having a Targon's Peak and an Obelisk of Power.
Obelisk of Power. Okay. Both players are going to be able to take use of that. Yeah, Jibs just needs to right-click and reveal their battlefield, but no. Yep, there we go. Obelisk of Power and Targon's Peak. Targon's Peak, I always say this, it is by far the most ridiculous location to play into a Kai'Sa, because Kai'Sa just gets to deploy, get on there, ready, removal, kill your guy trying to interact, and then she starts darting around the battlefield basically playing like Annie. If you just had Annie's ability on Kai'Sa, it turns out that would be ridiculous. But you also have Annie's legend ability is at the end of your turn, you ready 2 runes. So what you do is you play all your units very aggressively, and then you ready and have removal on all of your opponent's stuff. The challenge that she has is like all of her good removal cards, she actually has to pay power for because she doesn't have Kai'Sa's ability. So you spend all of your power defending your units, and then you can't play more units. So people have been trying to play around with different variations of Annie. Annie did make it to top 4 at Rift Labs. The aggressive build, it didn't have a Kai'Sa was its worst matchup, which is interesting considering how popular it is, but it ran everything else over, which is what Sol was playing yesterday. So major props to them making it that deep into the tournament. Turn 1, Kai'Sa.
Bloom and a turn 1 Kai'Sa. Over on Jib's side.
Yeah, I like this. Kai'Sa is just generally very, very good to get down, because if your opponent wants to answer Kai'Sa efficiently, they have to leave 3 runes up, which means their development is going to be pretty poor this turn. Although that's not true, because we're playing Targon's Peak. We can pay for... Oh, interesting that we'd pay for Noxus Hopeful when we had our own Kai'Sa we could have deployed. That is super interesting to go for that. Perhaps we're holding... Okay, so if we look at what Roy could have done, they're valuing the Accelerate more than the 4 Might. And right there. We do get to ready 2 runes, so our Raven Bloom is going to be protected by a potential Void Seeker. This attack implies that there is a retreat available.
There's the Void Seeker, and there's the retreat.
There we go. Yeah, you would never make that attack into a potential Void Seeker if you didn't have the retreat. And we can actually accelerate Kai'Sa straight back in and take Targon's Peak, score a point, and draw a card, and then ready 2 runes. But that would mean we'd be trying to defend our Kai'Sa with only 2. We could just also build up on a bit of development here. I don't hate Kai'Sa going in. You could play Darius, and Darius could go in and clear up. Or we could just go for like Electro Yordle and a Raven Bloom of our own and start developing safely in base. We got lots of options available to us. Noxus Hopeful, we get to play that for 2 runes. That's the appropriate amount to pay for a Noxus Hopeful. Hashtag Ray, going to be able to kill the Raven Bloom. There's no way to defend it with 0 runes. And then potentially paying 2 for a Watchful Sentry. Nope, we're just going to pass with 2 up. Not going to be able to kill Noxus Hopeful with 2 runes. Well, you could have Stupefy Hextech, but you'd give up a power because our Kai'Sa Legend ability is used, and that would feel pretty bad, especially if our opponent then had retreat.
Again, just going to plug the YouTube channel. If you head over there and subscribe, it's just at Metargus Plays. You'll see all of these replays when they get posted, and also videos on how to play the game, what the different runes, what different colours are playing like, everything like that. And if you follow us on here, you'll not only see this every Saturday, but also every so often Matt will be streaming, just probably playing Riftbound and just hanging out.
Yes, I have to get regional ready. I really want to go to some of the American events, and currently I would not like to throw my travel funds into the void. So come get some I'd love to get some practice. Let's have a quick check and see if there's any results coming in whilst these guys are thinking it through.
said at the moment it's just Cedro. One against Ari is what we've got at the moment.
Yeah, we're playing for server roles, so if anybody's wondering, if you go X1, we give you 1 promotion. If you go XO, we give you 2 promotions, and we're using the league system, so it's all the way RN to Master. I am going to switch that up to based on your final match point score, so people are just going to start randomly seeing themselves promoted if they've played in 2 tournaments and stuff, but I just want to make sure I got the math sorted for that, and it's on the to-do list. So from the end of this, we're going to be seeing all the new players that played in this week's tournament going into Iron, and people that have done well are going to get promoted up. We only have 1 person on silver tier at the moment. Yep, we're going to see point number 3 being scored. And we've got our Darius down and our Noxus Hopeful.
Darius in at 7, popping over. Noxus Hopeful in, Noxus Hopeful coming down over on Jibs' side.
Yeah. We've only got the 1 rune up, so are we presenting Retreat for the Darius? We're hoping for Falling Star, maybe? Thousand-Tailed Watcher would be also presenting potentially a double kill here, but then that would fall victim to your opponent follow up by Thousand-Tailed Watcher. But if you had Thousand-Tailed Watcher and Retreat, you could double flip that onto your opponent. These are all kind of thoughts that must be going through Jib's head as they're playing this. Like, throwing your Falling Star into a Retreat might be pretty tough. We're going to go Voidseeker on Noxus Hopeful. Yep. Potentially play your own Darius would be also very fine here. And then charge Darius into Darius. Kaisa accelerated. Go ahead and score Targon's Peak. Get our first point in the game. Draw a card. I like how Gyps is playing this super slow. They're looking for maximum value of their cards. They're trying to get that lineup theory done pretty well. Obviously, that's not the first time they've scored it. They're just not tracking their score on the side panel, it seems. I believe they should be on 2 at this stage.
Oh, they should be. I thought they were on 2, but they've only set it to 1.
Yeah, okay. I guess maybe that is their first conquer. Yeah, we're going to get Cleave with Noxus Hopeful. That is going to force a retreat if you have it, or you let the Darius die. And that's really good value. Trading a Cleave to kill a Darius is excellent.
Potential keeping that 1 room there just to basically bait. It's a bluff, and bluff was seen through.
Yeah.
Chance to get rid of that Darius.
Yeah, it's like you leave it up to make that bluff play, and then it's on Jibs to try and find the most efficient way in case it's not a bluff. And they definitely found it with a Cleave on Noxus, because they're like, this is the least risky thing that can happen. The opponent can't play 2 cards from 1 room, so they're not going to get the extra +1 on Darius. And then you start going down the list of things. It's like, how does the opponent respond to this? Stupefy? Or Retreat? If the opponent uses Retreat against my Cleave, I feel pretty good about that. Kaisa into Kaisa. Stupefy, probably. No, it's going to be Cleave back. Cleave is good here, but there's a potential smoke screen outplay. But then if your opponent has smoke screen as well, you would feel quite silly. So you might let this go.
I say just 1 by the look of it against Misty XD.
Nice. It's a question. You're fighting a 7 Kaisa. I think if you don't want to get into smoke wars here, you can just let that go. There's more valuable smoke screen targets, which will be your opponent's Darius's. Stupefy. Stupefy Hextech, maybe. Or it's just cycling a card. Yep, Stupefy Hextech. Shazam. Okay. The tempo is definitely in Rory's hand this turn. They are 2 points up. But so far the efficiency in terms of cards that have the way the cards have come out has been very favorable for Jibs. Who's playing this long game here. They've gotten really good exchanges for their cards on their opponent's stuff. They are 2 cards behind on the card drawing, but we'll see how Jibs decides to play. It's also quite threatening, leaving that 2 up. If you put your opponent on smokescreen, playing your own Darius into
Lecturing
Kaisa
Yordle?
would be a bit different. Yeah, Lecturing Yordle, just cycle a card. We could go Darius Cleave. Darius Cleave would be pretty fine into that Kaisa, but we've already played one Cleave, so there's no guarantee that we have the second. Could have another Void Seeker. Void Seeker would also be good. Oh, we're going to go Falling Star. It's not the most efficient Falling Star you can possibly throw, but it will get the job done. 3 damage to a unit twice. You can split that across 2 units. This card is absolutely nuts. Probably shouldn't have been in set 1, but this is the world we live in. And we get a Sprite Mother. Sprite Mother probably came in from the side. This creates a Sprite token, which has... It comes in ready, so we can just charge it in. And what's really cool is we can score Tygon's Peak, ready 2 runes, and then we're sitting with 3 runes open, which opens pretty much every response Kaisa could ever want to play.
Great. Really good comeback.
Running low on cards, though. That's the thing. They are Lecturing Yordle coming down for Roy drawing a card. They're getting grind out on that economy. We have really good exchanges, so we're hoping to be able to keep up on these cards here.
Result in. Entropy has won 2-0 against Prismaticism.
That is a scalp and a half if you're going to take one. Good job to you, Entropy.
Falling Star, just wiping that board.
Yeah, just get your base blown out, and then Sprite will destroy itself, and then you're threatening 2 points. And if Jibs has a Falling Star, it'd need Falling Star Stupefy to get the counter clear. Potentially leave 2 runes open. If you got like a Watchful Sentry, I guess the question is, if you put it down, is like, do you want to give your opponent more value from Falling Star, even if you draw a card off of it?
Sure, we get the 5th round in there. It was trying to just drop around because of the amount of people that have dropped, but we said 5 rounds. We're going to play 5 rounds.
Yes. Is it trying to set us to 4 rounds?
Yeah. Yeah, we just hit the threshold to drop to 4 rounds. Okay,
with that,
start of the turn, the Sprite disappears.
Yeah. Would that massively impact the tournament if we were on 4 rounds, because we had a bunch of drops from the beginning?
We would still have a clear winner on 4 rounds, but we've advertised it at 5. I'd suggest that we just keep going.
Well,
Plus, it's more content for our beautiful viewers.
Yeah, this is true. We'll play 5. That's what we said. We're getting a Stupefy coming out. It's going to be Falling Star Stupefy potentially. We draw a card. It could just be cycling a card, to be fair. But if we have Falling Star, it prevents our opponent going to 6. Raven Bloom.
2 for a
Pouty Poro.
What's next? No, pass.
Pass. Okay. This is Roy's chance to sort of really pull ahead here. If they can get the double score and then get deployment, they should be set. Because now you're going to be forced to make a bunch of exchanges you don't really want to make as Jibs. And that Stupefy was kind of a bit telling that if you didn't have the Falling Star, that you are digging. We do at least have units to try and score next turn. But we're going to find another Lecturing Yordle. And again, what's so crazy in this game is that even a 1 might unit can threaten the game just simply because any unit can score. So things like Lecturing Yordle end up being deceptively strong because it just replaces itself and it can score you the winning point. It also has tank, so it's kind of obnoxious if you put him into a double attack onto a point and your opponent can't kill your key unit because they have to put 2 extra points onto the stupid Yordle. Actually, I shouldn't be insulting Yordles considering our entire branding strategy. Yordles. I mean, that is a little bit counterintuitive.
Right here, Matt.
You know what? That is fair. That is, you got a Yordle guy. That is, yeah. My apologies. I should stop hating on nations of Runeterra. That is quite the follow-up attack. We're on 6 points, presenting Thousand Tail Watcher. to clear. We potentially have Stupefy. That's +1 to the Raven Bloom. We do get to draw a card.
Sure everybody gets the right points because we just had another drop just due to the time.
Yep.
And we've got another result, which is Liresh.
The Yordles know what they did.
The Yordles know what they did.
Oh, that's funny.
Happy 3-4.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see the duo pumping up that Pouty Poro, but then Pouty Poro is gonna be 4 against 3, but we're gonna see Stupefy, and you're gonna have to burn a room because of that obnoxious deflect. And that's gonna be 3 versus 3. Those are gonna trade right now.
Dropping people don't accidentally start the next round, because that would suck.
Yeah, but they can't start because they don't know who they're playing against.
Oh, I mean, as soon as you enter the last result in challenge, it starts the next round.
Oh, but yeah, we've not pasted the link, so those people can't see that until we post a screenshot.
Yeah, but then that means I've got to repair the entire round, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, okay, but what I'm saying is that the players can't start a race.
The players don't know that things have gone wrong. But I will.
Okay, then let's just make sure that it's all correct. Yeah, Pouty Poro getting some value there with its deflect. Although we are kind of in the end game of runes here, and we're in the late game, 6 points, presenting Thousand-Tail Watcher. So, yeah, I guess the strat is to... I don't even know what the strat could be with one card. Smokescreen? I mean, a Cafian Rain would be a start. But even then, that's getting limited value against your opponent's fluff. Actually, Cafian Rain would be really helpful right here.
Yeah, and
that's a concession coming out. Yeah, I can respect that.
And going into game 3, we're going to see that last battleground. And just checking the brackets, we've got 2 games that are still running. One is this one, the other one is Merz versus Ocean.
Yeah, we expect Misfortune to be playing pretty late, to be fair.
So far we have Entropy beating Prismaticism, Fliresh winning against Lord Pet, Terrasadon versus Misty XD, having to win there, and then Cedro versus Ari, Cedro winning.
Nice. And then we have just 2 rounds left, so we're going to be able to jump straight into the next round if all goes according to plan.
Yes, how long's left on the round, Matt?
That is a good question. Let me check.
I think that you said to start at... Where did you say it? It would have been in the general. Please start when ready. We are
41.
Coming up on time?
Yeah, they should have a couple of minutes left.
Need to start starting a stopwatch. That's the thing that I'll sort out.
I was supposed to put it on my phone, but I completely forgot to start the thing. But I do know when I said it in chat, so we'll be coming up on time.
41 to 29, so we are coming up on time in about 2 minutes.
2 minutes left on the round. We can probably put a little bot in the chat that will do round time.
I was going to suggest that. I'll get it sorted.
Yeah.
Something that could just have a timer that does the call-outs.
Yeah.
You love this theme? Are you talking about the stream there, Terrasadon?
Yeah, it's it nearly is very talented as a graphic designer. They literally pulled this together like 2 hours before the event. You're just like,
literally 2 hours before this event, I animated this PNG tube, and made everything else that you see on.
It's like, actually, it'd be nice to have like a waiting screen and stuff like that. Just put it all together in like 2 hours.
Yeah. I really
all right,
it's around stings as well.
Yeah, They are sick. Reavers versus Reavers. This is going to be a left foot in, left foot out, shake it all about style game. Also,
down good in the early game just because there's a lot of you don't want to commit too many resources to try and get rid of it.
Jibs should have an extra card. They didn't draw a card on their first turn. Because it doesn't auto draw if you're going first. Let's see if the players spot it real quick.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they
Cool.
found it. Shout out to players on each screen or so, because I have a Scooby-Doo House Who. So at the top, we have...
Jibs is on the bottom.
Jibs on the bottom, and top is
Roy.
Roy FPV. I'm going to get a names onto screen. That'll be my next upgrade onto here.
Yeah. We've got Lecturing Yordle. Lecturing Yordle goes into Reavers. We've got Kai'Sa backed up. Probably going to see the counter Kai'Sa move. Very chess-like, almost like people mirroring a lot of moves. No, it's going to be Noxus Hopeful, probably. If you've got Raven Bloom, no, pass. Okay, holding up Void Seeker for opposing Kai'Sa, or presenting it, and then getting the Raven Bloom deployed. We don't have to lose our Lecturing Yordle if that Kai'Sa moves in. Potentially Cleave to counter. If the Kai'Sa pushes forward, it's probably Cleave. No, because you'd still get over there. I want to
Falling Star.
Falling Star. Okay, just go ahead and shred both of the units. That's going to allow Kai'Sa to move a little bit more freely. It still could run into a Void Seeker, but it does then mean that the opponent Roy is not going to be able to score next turn without a Darius or accelerating their Kai'Sa, which is a tax on their runes. Poro comes back. We'll get our own Raven Bloom down. Get a Watchful Sentry. Very and well played. So Jibs is basically playing a strategy of being on an odd number doesn't really accelerate me winning the game. They want to go 2, 4, 6, 8. So by just setting up in base a little army, while the opponent has nothing, they gain a huge swing in tempo, and the opponent burns 3 runes by not having anything to throw a Void Seeker into. And now Void Seeker is down. So we can actually just push our... Oh, Falling Star coming down again to strip both units. Yeah, that is huge. Double Foiling Stone. Falling Star. Roy just getting absolutely blown out, and we could send in the Kai'Sa and a Watchful Sentry to draw a card and then have a refund. It's the lowest valuable unit, which is our Watchful Sentry. Opponent doesn't really want to shoot that. Do you really want to Hedge Tech Ray and let me draw a card? Nope. Kai'Sa comes in. Kai'Sa's going to score and draw a card. We're at 4. If we get the holds, that's fantastic. I imagine we're going to be seeing the retreat strat coming through for Jibs next turn if they get to 6, but
fantastic.
There's no way you've got
play from Jibs.
Yeah, double Falling Star. You're playing this out very, very much on the tempo game.
There's the Void Seeker.
It was there. If that Kai'Sa would have gone in on the previous turn to try and get that odd score, you would have just thrown it straight into a Void Seeker. You would have had to burn the retreat when you didn't need to. Hedge Tech. There we go. We are going to be forcing the Hedge Tech Ray on the Watchful Sentry, so we're going to get that refund out. But not what you want to be doing.
Their own Watchful Sentry coming down.
And 3 runes up. Potentially second Void Seeker being presented. But that Pouty Poro may decide it just wants to go ahead and test that. It says, do you have it, good sir? Nope, gonna get to 5. A Raven Bloom is a little bit more valuable, but...
Oh, there we go. There's the Hextech Ray.
Oh, you could play 2 spells to trick out of this, but again, you don't really have a ton of good ways of... You don't have, like, efficient ways, whereas, like, in other mind decks, the blue... Yeah, another mind deck, you've got, like, a lot of great options. Potentially just come... Okay, yeah, we're not going to commit anything like our Darius or our big bombs. We're already got a 4-point lead, so we can play things a bit slowly. Pouty Poro is kind of a pain to get at because of its deflect cost. And we were on Reavers, so we can just retreat. Yeah, so we're going to have to accelerate.
Just call time on the round there, Matt.
Yes, time on the round. That was a good shout. Let's just put that in chat. So we'll complete the current turn and then go to 5 additional turns. Let's not get that wrong.
Just say time in the chat as well.
Yeah. Finish current turn, and then 5 additional turns. Bang. That's still sick. But this is a very strong position for Gibbs to be in, to be fair.
Let's take Grey.
Yep, gonna pull the Watchful Sentry off. And then we've got a Darius cleanup for that Fox. There's a lot.
Oh no, that's just you.
Yep, that was just me pinging. And then we're going to be good to go straight into round 4. Point 6. Time warp. No, we don't have enough runes. Okay, it's our own Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Non-accelerated. Oh yeah, it is accelerated Watcher. Yep, Watcher versus Watcher. You can use the Reaver's Row to fall back.
Just got the result that Mers 1-2-1. So after this game finishes, we'll be going straight into the next round.
Yep, we've got 2 more rounds to play. Yeah, going to retreat the Watcher. That makes perfect sense. No sense letting it die. I guess there's an argument about whether or not you play retreat to get the extra rune and then be able to replay the Fox, but then you just lose because your opponent's got a holdout. So Gibbs has definitely seen through that line, so you just have to bring the Fox back. Yeah, being this far behind on points attacking into Reaver's Row is extraordinarily difficult because you just keep moving the units back and then they push forward and they are in the lead. So you end up in this really terrible situation. Yep, we do the little left foot in, left foot out dance as our Thousand-Tailed Watchers flirt with each other. And we're going to be seeing an additional point coming out for Roy going up to 3. And it's... Oh, no, we're not. We're going to just play ahead and play the retreat. We did not take the Reaver's Row falling back, but we are going to be able to pick up our Fox and threaten to accelerate it straight back out. Got to kill a Pouty Poro. Darius could play Kaisa.
How many turns are we on?
This should be, after they finish that current turn, it should be turn 1 of time. You should be able to see it in the log from when you typed it.
We're on 2 rounds.
2.
So this
okay,
is
so
3.
Turn 4, final turn of the game, going to be next turn.
Oh, I think they've still got 2 turns. If this is turn 3.
After this turn 3, yeah, 2 turns.
Yep.
So Roy's going to get the final turn, assuming the game doesn't end on this next round. We are coming up to the conclusion. All the big guns are out. We're at 7 points. And we know there's a Thousand-Tailed Watcher coming out for Gibbs next turn if they want to. And they've also got enough runes to play other things as well. If they go for that accelerate, they've still got 3 open. So we've effectively got 3 runes to try and defend both points. We're committing runes. It's really hard because Thousand-Tailed Watcher is a very, very good card. If you want to put down an additional unit, it is going to be affected by a Watcher. Watchful Sentry. 6 points. You can't go below 1, so that Thousand-Tailed Watcher is not going to do anything to Watchful Sentry. It's going to be...
No, that's the same one. Yep.
Yeah, it's Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Yep. It does mean that you force your opponent to commit something else. This is turn 4, so if the game doesn't end this turn, it will end next turn.
And at that point, I don't believe that... Well, this is the Void Seeker.
Yeah. It's actually impossible for Roy to win, actually, if you think about it, because they can only score 2 points next turn, and they're going to be 1 point under, but this is going to be enough to clear the game.
Yeah, and there's the...
GG's. Yep, and then we're going to be seeing Gibbs taking the win. Very, very well played into that Kaisa mirror, playing the value game over the long term and just getting the best exchanges, and it really worked out. Some expert play there. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah, heading over to this screen where we can talk directly at you. As you can see, Matt
Yes.
does have a face.
I do. I'm a real person.
I'm just an enigma.
You're Yordle. You're magical. You get to have a little. And what kind of Disney story is this? Or you get a little animal companion? I mean, I don't know if I can call Yordles animals. To be fair, that might be offensive.
That might be offensive. But then again, they are completely fictional.
Yeah, can't offend a fictional character. You just get a letter in the post from Freak saying, "Don't insult my Yordles."
Yeah, and there we go. I saw the Jibs 2-1. Let's just get that in, and hopefully nobody decides to drop before I press this button. And we got our round 4.
Round 4. Grab our pairings and see who.
Yep, just dropping that into the now. And there we go. Everybody's got their pairings. Sit down. Get on your tables and wait for us to start.
Yep, and we're going to have a timer this time.
Sit down. Are you going to actually set a timer this time?
Yeah, of course I am. It's all part of the plan.
Do we want to try Entropy versus Terrasadon?
Yeah, I'm definitely up for that. I got I'm boomer pressing my phone now because it's just frozen. There we go. And it's on camera as well. That's the embarrassing part. It's like... All right, so yeah, we'll just let people grab their seats and then we're going to be able to get going. We do actually have like a tournament lobby that everybody just seems to be hanging out with and just having a good laugh. The banter in there is pretty on point. One of the disadvantages to being on stream is I don't get to partake in such banter, but then we get to deliver great content for you.
Just going to mention, if you're not on there, let me know. Just in case I've dropped anyone accidentally. However, you may also have a bye.
Yeah, we're getting the joins up here.
See everybody getting onto the tables now. Judge call, what's going on here? Oh, it's you saying very well played. It's very nice of you, Matt. I'm going to press this, but we're on round 4, yeah?
Yep, this will be round 4.
Oh, okay. Let's bring Tristana back.
Yep. That tasted purple.
Terrasadon.
Yes.
So I just need to get that code. And then while they're setting it up, I need to be right back.
Oh, let's just get onto the table first.
Yep.
Direct connect codes. Got it.
So this is a cool thing. If you create a permanent account, you get a direct connect code, which just makes it super easy for you to find your friends to connect to and play.
To the spectator. Here we go. Okay, let's go to the table. Oh, is that?
Oh, you got kicked.
I got kicked?
No, so it says you joined the game, but yeah, I don't understand why they've disappeared. So we probably have been. Oh no, we're on spectators. It hasn't loaded yet.
It just hasn't loaded in. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll refresh just in case.
Yeah,
maybe they haven't joined the table just yet.
Yeah.
Just make sure, and then go to spectator. There we go. Yeah, we just need to wait for the next person to come in.
Yep. I just give them just a second, and then I can see the calls have all been going for about.
Yeah, just reposted their code there. I'll remember to actually clear the table first.
Actually, make sure we set the timer.
Entropy's just coming on.
Just
to clarify, we've got paired down. It'll be the shows. Just
unfortunately, that can cause some problems. Yeah, so basically the thing is everybody who's EXO has been paired down, but
yeah,
things will be cleaner next time. We do promise.
It's just really awkward, just because of the way that it's been with people dropping.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted. But have we got connection on the table yet?
Not just yet. But I will go over to the game board and introduce people if you want to quickly head off and do whatever you need to do.
Yes, please, I will be right back.
So it's one of the things that, because for people who are watching, myself and Matt used to host the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series live streams for Konami, because Matt used to work at Konami and I was kind of just adjacent. And one of the things that we always had was, because those rounds back then, especially because the time end of match procedure was absolutely ridiculous and could take up to over an hour, any little time that we could just steal to be able to leave the table was golden. Because we'd be like sat in that chair for 18 hours on some days just because of how ridiculous the stall tactics were getting. Just check. People just said that they can start, so that's fine. Just waiting, and it looks like either they are joining or something has gone horribly wrong on my side. So I'm just going to check if they're playing. I'm just going to do that. You can look at Matt's empty chair whilst I reconnect to the table, just to make sure that things aren't broken. Chair stream. And I'm gonna make if we get affiliate on this account, I'm going to make an emote of Matt's chair. So we can talk to chair hype. Yes. It's the chair. Do I even have a chair emote? I don't think I do. No, I don't. There we go. Oh my god, that game mat is fantastic. Let me just move to the spectator, and we are in. And Terracidon is at the top there with Sully Wazowski, I should even say.
What is this cursed game, man? I just come back in and I see this thing looking at me, and
it's a Kaisa mirror. And it looks like we're going against the Dreaming Tree and the Candlelit Sanctum, which is the first time I've seen this personally.
That's just a random T-pose Scully in that game. Oh, there's so many things.
I didn't even notice that. Oh.
My days. Oh, okay. Kaisa versus Kaisa. Only one of these can survive. Will it be the alternate art from Terrasadon? Or will it be...
Terrasadon's at the top.
No, not there on the bottom. I recognise the game map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then. Unless they changed that, must be entropy's. Yeah, entropy's at the top. Sorry. You are right. I've just moved the point totals on the stream so that it's a bit easier to see who is who on left and right. So you can see who's winning. But at the top, we've got entropy. At the bottom here, we've got Terrasadon.
Turn 1, Ravenbloom. Very good start. Ravenbloom, but wasting one rune. Would have liked to, if I was going second, I'd really like to play a Lecturing Yordle there. Ravenbloom, hold up Hedgetech Ray is also pretty strong. Because you can't cleave out of it onto the... Yeah, we'll go just deploy Kaisa. Maybe just pass. That one held up rune does save a point. Could go to Candlelit Sanctum. You could go on Dreaming Tree as well, but you're not really going to get any value unless you've got Retreat on the attack. Kaisa likes attacking into Dreaming Tree because you've got access to Cleave and Retreat. Yeah, we're going to go to Candlelit Sanctum, and then we're going to Scry 2, so we get to look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Scry 2 is a magic term. We get to look at the top 2 cards of our deck, and we can put them on the top or on the bottom in any order.
Recycle one or both of them.
Yeah. This is a really cool location. It adds consistency, and it doesn't give any on-board advantage. And some decks just want to have essentially a battlefield that doesn't do anything, or rather doesn't cripple them if the opponent gets it. It's like why Shield Wall is so hard to play, because if your opposing Master Yi gets onto it, it's like, I can never take that back. So it's like, I've just given my opponent ridiculous advantage.
Sorry, I'm so distracted by the meme game. I think this is part of
Oh,
entry strategy.
It was actually written in the rules. Nothing that would get us against the terms of service on your game mats, please.
That's fine.
It's within the rules.
It's within the rules.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting the Stupefy, and Stupefy sending in the Ravenbloom student, and that's going to be 3 versus 2. Do we have a Stupefy to push it back? Hedge Grey, okay.
Right?
If you've got access to another spell, another Stupefy, you'd lose both your units then, so it probably just makes sense to let this go.
Yeah. Oh.
Or you follow with your own hedge tech. Oh yeah, if you've got your own hedge tech, you would have been completely fine because you'd have gone up to 4 and your opponent's Ravenbloom would have been killed. You would have scored a point, and then you could have safely sent the Kaiser to the Dreaming Tree. But if you don't have the hedge tech, then you're not going to Stupefy because the lowest a Ravenbloom can go is 1.
I will say that sending them to the Dreaming Tree sounds like a 4-kid censorship.
The Shadow Realm. No, there's no such thing as a Shadow Realm. Those people died. But we couldn't say that in Yu-Gi-Oh! So we said Shadow Realm.
Dangerous Duo coming down.
A Dangerous Duo. A card that...
There is potentially a
response. Yeah, it's going to be a 6... It's a 6 Might Kaiser. I mean, you could smoke screen, but that would be taxing the runes.
That's the smoke screen.
It is going to be able to let that Ravenbloom trick out of that Kaiser. That is strong play because you're going to get the hold point. Oh, Hedgetech Ray. Hedgetech Ray, that doesn't clear. Because we've had, let's see, Ravenbloom was 2. It went down to 1. We played 2 spells, so we're at 3. Yeah, Hedgetech Ray does exactly clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, if you had the Hedgetech Ray, surely you should have just raid when you had your Ravenbloom in there, and you'd have kept your Ravenbloom through your opponent's Hedgetech raid. Or you'd have forced their smokescreen and you'd have been able to keep your Kaiser. It's probably a different way to play that, but then I do also respect that the Dangerous Duo 6 Might Kaiser usually gets there unless you force the smokescreen.
Yeah.
And like aggressive use of removal, you could accelerate the Kaiser for Sarsadon, but the issue with doing that is then if your opponent has Darius, you just give up the Kaiser. Yeah, we're at Dreaming Tree. We could have Retreat to get value from that Dreaming Tree. We have left both units vulnerable. Now, if we were watching Jib's game from the previous one, we'd probably left the Kaiser in base and just decided that sticking on even and then effectively getting good trades is the way to play. But yeah, we're going to see the Dangerous Duo running over the Watchful Sentry. You could have another Hedgetech Ray for it, but we're just going to let the Sentry die. Point going to Entropy and drawing a card for Terrasadon. If you don't have your own Hedgetech at home, Stormbolt is fine. Absolutely, buns. Hedgetech stuff is kind of expensive. It was the whole point of the first season of Arcane, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Thousand Tail Watcher. I want to retreat out of that if I can. That's your only response if you have it. I get. Wow, you could just let you could just let the Kaiser die, and say the strategic value of being able to protect Darius is more important. The cool thing with Retreat here is it would let you draw a card off the Dreaming Tree, but because you're not stupefying out of that, you're not Hedgetech Raying. You've got a 1 Might Kaiser. She's not, even though she's called the Survivor, she's not going to survive this if she has to fight that fox.
Moment, Entropy is actually our only 3-0.
Ah, I see.
Again, I think it's because some of the drops that have happened throughout the tournament has just messed with some of the points. And so we should have some more, because we still have some 2-0s where they didn't get points when people were dropped.
Oh, they should have. Kaiser, we're going to be playing the Stupefy targeting our own Kaiser, so we get to draw 2 cards because we're targeting a card we control. We draw a card for the Stupefy, and we draw a card for the Dreaming Tree. So that card economy is now just skyrocketed, so quite happy to come in. Okay, we're going to Smokescreen Voidseeker. That is a slow turn.
Falling Star.
Oh, Falling Star. Okay.
Yeah, that takes out everything.
Yeah, that does clear, but we taxed our runes very heavily there, and we have to have a follow-up.
3 for
Yordle.
Lecturing Yordle.
Yeah, it's a good swing of tempo by Terrasadon, but they did just tax their runes very heavily to get that clean up. So they're going to be playing from behind. We know that they can't, for example, have their access to their Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Whereas Entropy is pretty much locked in for the rest of the game to be able to play anything they draw. We're going to have to wait at least one extra. And Darius coming in. Presenting the retreat. If I've got Darius as Terrasadon, I'm pretty sure I'd like to send that in. It's kind of hard to get the read on whether or not Terrasadon has retreat based on them not saving Kaisa.
Yeah, I agree.
Falling Star. Yeah,
oh,
and retreat.
No, Stupefy.
Oh, no, Stupefy. It's the double draw Stupefy trick on Dreaming Tree. That's solid. Yeah, I'm going to be able to clear up the Darius, and then Lecturing Yordle will be able to score. And then we get to look at the Candlelit Sanctum. Currently on card advantage. It's very close. We're actually 3 cards deeper into our deck as Terrasadon versus Entropy. Point being scored, and we're going to look at the top 2, add a little bit of consistency. We got 5 runes open, so we could come in with Darius, but we are then opening the door to Thousand-Tailed Watcher, getting both of our units killed. Pass. 5 rune pass. Okay, lots of spells in this hand. Lecturing Yordle, draw a card. 6 runes open. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to justify accelerating a Kaisa into a Void Seeker.
Leave.
Cleave Poro, that is a play. I guess I definitely get...
a 5 attack Pouty Poro.
It's very pouty. You can't defend this Lecturing Yordle. I mean, you could smoke screen, but that would just feel terrible, especially with deflect cost in our Kaisa. Daughter of the Void is currently rested. So we will actually have to pay real runes if we want to play our cards. Terrasadon does have responses open. They're just trying to decide, do they take the trade on a Void Seeker? But throwing a Void Seeker into double power loss is going to, again, stop you from being able to play your Thousand-Tailed Watcher. You're getting stuck at 6. And what we can see actually reflected in the scores is that the player more aggressively spending power is Terrasadon, which is why they're ahead in score. But then that's going to switch because the opponent's now going to have a rune advantage and they're going to start spending power. They haven't committed a lot of power so far. Oh, double D-ramp against the Pouty Poro, and the Lecturing Yordle's going to get killed as well.
Oof.
Yeah. Please, sir, can I spend some more runes? That power expenditure to just stay ahead, to try and hold on to a lead that's now going to start falling further behind, or at least the race is getting tighter. We have a lot more cards, but we have a lot less runes. We're at 6. And our opponent's got the ability to double score next turn, or they can just simply take the 1 score on Candlelit Sanctum and then try and play the 2-2 game. Paying for Noxus Hopeful. Okay, so that read there is that the hand is just full of spells, and hashtag Ray. It's a very spell-based hand, so now you're just looking to force all of those spells from Terrasadon to fight your most ineffective units first. So that's kind of like where you want to push out Watchful Sentries to try and get points for cards. A point is very valuable to you right now, because you've closed the gap. You've got a rune advantage, and you're only 3 cards behind technically. Yeah, let's see what happens next. 11 runes. Not seeing a lot of Progress Days. Progress Days is a cool card, but yeah, paying 6 to draw 4 cards, it's kind of terrible, or whatever, in this current format where everything moves so fast. It's like you almost want to play it in Lux because you can take the Chosen Champion for Lux, the 4-cost order version, which reduces the cost of your spells by 2, and every time you play a spell that costs 5 or more, you get to draw a card. Yeah, double Falling Star. Go ahead and strip the Noxus Hopeful out. Knowing it's a very spell-heavy hand, this makes sense. So Lux, it should be good there, but it's just not. It's like, do I need to just drawing one extra card by playing it in Lux make sense versus the amount of tempo that I lose playing this card? Threatening to go to 6 next turn, but we know it's a very spell-heavy hand. We could be having a Thousand-Tailed Watcher because we've never been to 8 runes before as Terrasadon. In this game, not in their life, obviously. Watcher versus Hopeful. Now being able to get our runes where we want to be, and we're holding card advantage, so these aggressive uses of power has let us get a little bit ahead. We can fire back with a Thousand-Tailed Watcher of our own. If we got a Thousand-Tailed Watcher of our own on entropy side, then you are on going up to 6 very comfortably here. Got a point. It could just be Darius' spell.
This game has kind of just been match for match pretty much every single turn.
Yeah, it's kind of how Kaiser plays. It's like you have the value game and it's trying to set up. You're trying to stop. Oh, Time Warp. Okay. Oh, I see the logic. If you've got a Thousand-Tailed Watcher, this is game. You can Time Warp here, get a whole point. Oh, no, you can't. You can only go to 7. But just taking an extra turn if you need it right now is very strong. And of course, Kaiser can pay one of those costs because Kaiser is Kaiser. Oh, no, you press spacebar. So we're going to have to put those runes back on top of the deck and put the card back.
Yeah, there we go. They're doing it now.
Yeah, you gotta manually ready up if you're gonna do the time warp. Or okay, they're doing pass and pass.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The other trick to that is if the other player turns off their auto stuff and then you just go pass, but that's a bit finicky when you can just do it this way. Poro retreats.
So we've got 6-5.
Yeah, so we're able to set up our 6 and threaten. The double conquer?
We're on 6-5 right now, so it's potential that they could double conquer.
Well, we got a hold point this turn, so we can't rescore the Dreaming Tree.
That is true. You are correct. That is my bad.
If you got Smokescreen, what is a 6? Oh, they're exhausted because they were exhausted from last turn. Yeah, so that Thousand-Tailed Watcher is Dunzos, and we're going to be going to 7, threatening a holdout. And then we got the Poro in reserve to follow up with any unit that we can speed out. Being able to pressure flip with that Time Warp was very strong there, especially pressing that rune advantage that they built up to. Very, very well played by Entropy. Realizing they were losing on card advantage, and they now just made the card advantage part of the game far less relevant. Thousand-Tailed Watcher number 2.
Yep, looks like it.
But we have traded all of our blues. Retreat. Oh, there it is. That's going to be game because you're going to score the point as Terrasadon and then get absolutely wrecked by the double score next turn and you're completely tapped out with 0 responses. Game 1, going to Entropy. Very, very well played. Even losing in card economy. Played the late games with the runes and said, hey, I'm going to be spending my runes on better stuff later so I don't have to pull ahead early. And then takes a Time Warp to switch the pressure flow of the match. And then just has the perfect 2 cards to win. Thousand-Tailed Watcher into the retreat. They bait Terrasadon into playing their own Thousand-Tailed Watchers. It's the most efficient way to deal with the opponent's Fox. And then you just retreat, and you've got the double conquer all set up. That's number wang right there.
That's number one.
Yeah, for anybody who's not British, it will be a lot of you. We have a comedy show called That Mitchell and Webb Look, and there's a skit in there that repeatedly comes up where they're just making fun of stupid game shows. Like we have a big thing where we have late night game shows where there's just like quizzes, and the whole point is just comedians making fun of each other, and sometimes they have the correct answer. And they just do this game about number wang, and it makes no sense whatsoever, but it's hilarious because it's just like they're shouting random stuff out and goes, oh, that's not number wang, that's number wang, and it's like, You didn't even say anything. What are the rules of this damn game?
Oh, we got a
All right.
Targon's Peak versus a Obelisk of Power.
Yep. It's kind of hard for Kaiser to not choose battlefields that Kaiser's good on when it's a Kaiser mirror match. So it's just timing it up. Players going to decide their mulligans. We're not peeking because we know some of you are here to support the chat, and we don't want people watching their own feature matches. We are only offering very humble prizes of server roles and stuff, so we'd hope that you're not stream sniping. Tersadon's starting on the free runes, and are we opening Lecturing Yordle, ideally? Pass?
If you have got us on in another tab with us muted, it's just another view for us, so thank you very much for doing that. But,
we love you for that.
No peeking.
No peeky.
It's the rules.
Just that turn 1 pass from Terrasadon that's not where you left your car. Okay.
There's the falling star taking out.
How?
Okay, so
what could your hand look like? Okay, we got the Noxus Hopeful. It's the only way we can get the Hopeful into play. Ooh. We're already at a rune deficit of 2 here.
would you say that you're hopeful of Terrasadon's chances here?
I'd say
Here comes the Sprite Mother. The Sprite going out just to get that first point on the board.
I'll say entropy is a natural order of things. And that Noxus Hopeful is probably going to get seeked by the Void. No, it gets scored. It does land the point. But not brave enough to try and attack into a Sprite. I guess you just then get traded with Stupefy, which would be just absolutely terrible. The cool thing here... Oh, yeah, okay, so Terrasadon has 2 up. Quite a few things being represented there. Could be Smokescreen if you want to go Darius, but Darius Cleave still clears Smokescreen. It clears Hedgetech Ray. If you had Darius Cleave, you could do it. If your opponent has Hedgetech Ray, the Sprite Mother probably wants to think about moving into the Targon's Peak.
It is.
If it gets in, that will decide whether or not how aggressive we play this, because we get to ready 2 runes by Targon's Peak's effect. If you hover over Targon's Peak, for anybody who's tuned in a little bit late, we do get the score. So now we can play a little bit more aggressively with our runes, because we're going to ready 2 extra runes at the end of our turn. On 2. Watchful Sentry. 5.
And
Darius is Darius. You kind of can't attack into that, because if it is Smokescreen, Darius just gets absolutely blown out there.
Where are we going from here?
Well, if we're Terrasadon, if we made a read that we didn't want to send a Noxus Hopeful into a Sprite because of a potential Stupefy,
Oh, there's
I don't know if...
Seeker.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
That
don't think
is-
anything's changed.
Terrasadon saying that we prefer Fanta over Sprite.
Fanta over Sprite. He's just shaking that drink up before he pours it all over you. Trying to shoot the Sprite Mother, you could choose by whether or not you want to retreat there, because the Sprite Mother does have value when you play it, but this means that your Kaiser doesn't run into Stupefy. There's going to be no... Well, you could have... If you have Stupefy Hexray, it would work, but Kaiser's going to be able to get the draw.
Spending all of our runes there. Well, we're going to get 2 ready. And down comes their own Darius. It's readied.
Yeah, Okay. It's ready. Yeah, the retreat. I was going to have a minor aneurysm if there wasn't a retreat there. That would have been terrible play to leave your Noxus Hopeful out on that point. 2 up, and we got a big wad of cards in our hand. The rune's not necessarily burning a hole in our pocket this game, as both players are quite close in the rune counts. I'm going to think. We have got a Thousand-Tail Watcher values very limited here. Probably try and... What you would like to do is be able to just get Darius to kill the Kai'Sa and then play 2 spells and then get Darius safe back at home. But 3-2 runes, that play is just never going to happen. They almost certainly get smokescreen if you go for that. So we do have Watchful Sentry. We do have Watchful Sentry to push out to Obelisk. You could also cleave your Watchful Sentry and send it into Kai'Sa. And then if Kai'Sa's forced to play, if Kai'Sa plays Stupefy, it does bounce that. But you then bait that response out and you take your opponent off of smokescreen. So your Darius has a stronger chance of getting in. You could Hedge Tech Ray the Kai'Sa and then send in the Watchful Sentry, because then that outplays Stupefy, it outplays a whole bunch of things. Forces a retreat if it's there. Your opponent could still Hedge Tech Ray, but then you are quite safe to follow up and get the Darius in, because the Darius will get the pluses. I mean, if you send it in without pumping it, you could be in a potentially bad situation. The musings of a madman, it seems. Just take it
slowly.
Yeah. Just they'll have to make a decision. There's probably a lot to consider here.
Down comes the Thousand-Tail Watcher.
That is quite the commitment.
Darius moves in.
Yeah, Darius, it's... Yeah, this makes the smokescreen, like, you're super safe against smokescreen here. Oh, actually, no, you're not. You've only played 1 spell. So, you could have a second spell to blow out the smokescreen. So now you've, if you have the Stupefy, a smokescreen doesn't save you here. And then Darius will ready and be able to get back to base safely. Is the smokescreen? It was there.
Yeah.
So probably Stupefy. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, God, it's almost like I have a Millennium Eye. Like, I need to start playing in some of these tournaments and start watching all the time. Yeah, so we go up to 7 on the Darius. Takes 1 damage from Kai'Sa. We heal up. We get that point. We draw a card from our Stupefy. Darius can get home safely. We're going to ready 2 runes. Sentry goes in, scoring us 4 points, putting us in. Jeez, this is such a good turn for Entropy.
Really good.
And then you've got the Thousand-Tailed Watcher sitting in base as well. You've got such heavy hitters. It's just playing 4th dimensional chess here. Giga-brained Entropy, loving this. That was like an excellent play to force out the smokescreen, because had you just tried to charge into that smokescreen, it would have been terrible. And you have the advantage here by being on the board with your big units. Your opponent does have their Darius back in base, but yeah, we're going to see Noxus Hopeful going in. You could smokescreen. Oh no, you retreat. Oh, that's so cool. I see what the play is. We're looking at a time warp angle. We just retreated, so we got to 8 runes, and we're going to untap to 10. And we've got 4 calm runes. So if you send the Darius in, you've got to think that the Thousand-Tailed Watcher and Darius, if they both get conquerors, and that is a time warp, we're going to 6 points, and then we're going to go to 10 points. Sorry, 10 points? Well, it may as well be 10. It's 8 points. 10 points for Gryffindor. So you're now putting the mind game on, because you just retreated a Watchful Sentry. Usually you just let that die, but that's kind of sus. And you could have retreated the Thousand-Tailed Watcher, and you chose not to. So you've opened the door for a time warp. So now Terrasadon needs to figure out, how do I stop time warp stealing my lunch money? And not get bullied by these two.
We're about 30 minutes into the round. We're going to start seeing some results coming in soon, I think.
Yes. I got 3, and those units are pretty safe in base. Lecture and Yordle. Trying to set it up so that you can't get a Conquer and tapped out. Taps out. Retreats. No. No, don't do it. Not like this. Not like this. Oh no, you've only got 7 on the obelisk. This is a master of throws. At least you could have contested it before. Oh no, what happens? Enterprise
you
sat
okay?
there right now, and he's probably looking just like Vince McMahon in that meme. Like every play on that turn is just like getting better and better. He's like, oh, the time. Oh, we've ready 2 runes, so we potentially got we have to have Stupefy or some way of making sure that Thousand-Tailed Watcher doesn't get the Conquer. But that is super sus. If you put your opponent on Time Warp, this play is so suspicious. I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, you kind of you got to have something. You've got 5 cards. It's going to be safe. And then you've got the double Darius to follow up. But we're going to 7 at best. We could set up for Time Warp next turn, although then all we've got to do is get one side. A one-sided Time Warp is just as effective. It's so hard to defend against Time Warp because you can warp from 7 to 8, and if you get both points and then just go, cool, I'll just take the extra turn and conquer both. It's just such a good game closer. I'm surprised they printed it's a fun card. I'm surprised they printed it in set 1, especially in a color that Kaisa can play it. They just decided, hey, Kaisa's going to have everything in this first set. You want the best removal? It's yours. You want to take extra turn? It's yours. You want to play the best late game card in the game? It's yours. I'm not a Kaisa hater, but I do see a favorite child when I see a favorite child.
Yeah, I think that's just the way that it's fallen. There's a lot of cards that I probably wouldn't have put in my set 1. Like the ability, putting a card in a game that says take 2 turns, then putting it in your first set.
I mean, they did in Magic the Gathering. It was Time Walk. But that card was even more silly because it only cost 2 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Oh, there's the Falling Star.
Yeah. So I like this because it still opens the door for Time Warp, and then we've got double Darius. Yeah, we can just right click it and put the counter onto it to set it to 7 if we need to. The guys are on voice chat, so they're probably also communicating that. Oh, 2 shots going into Noxian Hopeful. Yeah, it's going to be impossible to stop that Thousand-Tailed Watcher going in if it wants to. The question is, if you double score here, you've only got 3 runes to defend against your opponent's Thousand-Tailed Watcher. And that feels pretty tough. I'll give them a 15-minute warning in 1 minute 50 seconds time.
These games do appear to be going on a little bit longer this time around.
Yeah, lots more big brain Heimerdinger players.
Is Heimerdinger in this game?
Yeah, he is actually. It's a really cool card. It's a free cost mind unit, so it's blue, and it has the ability to hit for your legends and gears. It can use, or any unit, it has the ability to tap and do something. Heimerdinger can copy it, so you can use it in Kaisa to get her ability to pay for rune costs. You could use it in Victor to play extra units and stuff like that.
So 2 people go to lobby, which means we're getting a result.
Yeah, just check and make sure there isn't any judge calls as well.
There isn't any. You're all good. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'll let you know if any pop up.
Thank you, because I am just running my mouth. I am like the drunk girl at a party. And I just like, oh my God, I need to just talk about everything. Like, this is like Guy's version of the Zodiac star signs, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, are you playing Kaisa? Let me tell you about who your personality is. You're the kind of person who likes to be in control. Uh, that could be a whole skit, to be honest.
Sometimes, but
Oh,
you start talking, and I feel like you don't know where the sentence is going to end,
no,
and
I
then you're
don't.
surprised by it yourself.
It's like, oh my god, you're a mono blue player. It will never work. Ugh.
Oh, it's funny.
Give them that.
A couple more people moving around, so yeah, we're getting more.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are all a friendly bunch, so we do like encourage you jump in the server and just come and join. Even if you're not like very experienced with the game, just come play because even if you just hang out in the lobby, it's hilarious. These people are great.
Yeah, a lot of really nice people. No toxicity. Okay. Just make sure. So Philresh won 2-0 against Ari, who is going to be. We won't see for our final round, fortunately. They're not able to stick around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've run a little bit late.
But
we got one more
particularly late.
For 5 rounds, we've done all right.
Yeah, I mean, I expected that we'd finish around midnight UK time, and we're at about 20 past 11 now, so we will still probably finish about the same time. And who else have I got on here? Give you a tick there. And there was a result that was there a second ago, and it's disappeared.
Okay, we're sending the Fighting Tail Watcher in to beat up a Yordle, and the lecturing Yordle has taught his last lesson. Going to 5. Okay, it is a time warp angle, I suspect. Because we can go 7 time warp. Or if our opponent taps out, we can just take one side, time warp, and then have double Darius go and handle the business. It's Darius versus Darius versus Darius. They're all like the Spider-Men pointing at each other.
The Prismaticism has won 2-1 against Ocean. So have 3 tables running, including the one that we're looking at now. We've got Mers versus Roy FPV, and on the other table we've got Cedra versus Jibs.
Oh, this is tough. If you tap out here and your opponent's on time warp, double Darius is going to beat most things. And the play that you kind of are looking at is like, how do I kill my opponent's Thousand Tail Watcher? And you'd want to play your own Thousand Tail Watcher because otherwise you're playing Void Seeker, Hextech Ray, and you're tapping down 5 for that. And then you're trying to defend against 2 Dariuses with 4 runes. It's kind of tough. We have card advantage, but with card advantage comes lots of options. We're going Thousand Tail Watcher. Pay 8, feel great.
There it is.
Yep. Why does it feel like somebody's always watching me? It's Thousand Tail Watcher. Always in that hand when you're at 8 runes or higher. But you're in a little bit. You're in a little bit of trouble. You can run that into potentially another retreat. Making sure we pay enough power for that. That's important.
Yep.
But yeah, you run that in. Even if you get this kill, the double Darius may be getting onto both these points and then going for a time warp. So you could even do it where you just take one side, time warp, go to 7, ready up, play 2 spells, and then send both the Dariuses over to attack one side. So I guess you're going to be forced to stack on 1 point.
What's the point?
Yeah, it's like you probably have to put both the Darius on one side, but then if your opponent has Thousand Tail Watcher, you're out. I don't think there's an easy play for Terrasadon, especially when they've only got 1 rune to defend against double Darius. And the Watchful Sentry's just there, like chilling, just watching everything happen. But when he sees his moment, he's going to go capture the flag. The Dork can get it done. So he would have been
Mers winning against Roy FPV.
So this is the last game running then?
No, I think there is 2 games still running. And right, PP is just... Yes,
Coming up to 10 minutes left on the run.
We just reopen that. Make sure people are dropped before it hits next round.
Yeah, I guess you're just trying to decide as Terrasadon, where do you send your last Darius?
Just to finish up.
And the answer is there's no secret ingredient. Let's see, if we send Darius to Obelisk, we're presenting 12 with 1 rune. Darius goes to 14. We go 6, go Time Warp, and then we can get both of our Dariuses over. Providing we've got the runes to do it. You put Darius and Darius there. 10 still gets beaten up by 14, but then your opponent can't get both sides. We do get Targon's Peak. So we've got 3 runes available to us. But we only realistically have to get one side here. No, that's not even true, to be fair. I mean, actually, it is. If we bait out, if we can bait our opponent's Void Seeker, what could your opponent have there? This is tough. I'll be honest. Terrasadon's trying to line us up as best as possible. They've had to leave Darius at home as they need a way to clear this. They don't have their own Time Warp, and they can't even play it next turn. Both sides have to get cleared this turn, or it has to be Time Warp. And I'm pretty sure one of those 3 cards for Entropy is going to be Time Warp. I'd be surprised if it's not, to be honest, based on the way that they've played.
How long's left on the round?
8 minutes, 15 seconds. It's a lot easier when I actually set the timer, rather than just look at the Discord timestamp.
Just going to let people know that there's 8 minutes left.
Yep. What is the play? That's the question. All comes down to your level of reading. Judge call. Yep.
It's no judge call, it's just me letting people know.
Yeah. Yeah. We send the whole team on one side. Yep, that's... You can't stop the whole thing. I mean, technically, if you have a smoke screen, you can threaten both Darius. If you have a smoke screen and another spell, you can threaten a full clear.
If Entropy wins here, it looks like we'll have him versus Entropy in the finals.
That'd be an interesting fight. I think that favours Mirrors, to be honest. But because we've got the 1 extra round, we may end up in a situation where we don't have a clear winner for the event.
No, we will have a clear winner.
Ah, okay.
It's 4+ rounds will give us a clear winner.
Oh, somebody's tried to join. They probably had it not set to 3 people. If they just click the...
There we go.
Yeah, we just...
I clicked them. I kicked them, I should say.
Yeah, you need to set it to the correct number, which is 3, and then that stops that from happening.
Yeah, no, I just accidentally...
I think you can change it. You can go to the top and then just put that down to 3, and then no one can join.
Yeah, we think it's going to be Time Warp.
It's got to be. If you get this through, and you keep a Darius, you can Time Warp, and then play 2 cards next turn and get over and fight the Fox. But we've sent the Watchful in as well, which means we're thinking about Smokescreen. But if it's Smokescreen Stupefy or Smokescreen Hedge Tech, then Darius would full clear. But you've got 10. You don't have to play the Time Warp. You could literally have a bunch of other cards that you could play and still win this, but you have to get rid of the Thousand Tail Watcher on the other side. Otherwise, Terrasadon will be taking this to a game 3 with 5 minutes. Yeah, we are smelling a Time Warp. That is Is that a question of what Time Warp does, or is that a question that you think it is Time Warp, Mr. RTF COD? Time Warp basically just says take an extra turn, and it costs 10 energy and 4 mind runes. Cleave does nothing, because we're not attacking, so we're playing a second spell to get the +2. Hextech?
Hextech Ray.
That's going to get us to 7. Our opponent's coming in for 11, so there's still 8.
Only 5 minutes left in the round here.
Oh, they're going to try and clear the both Darius, right? Because you put 3 damage on Darius, and then you've got 7, which is 2 to the remaining HP of Darius 1, 5 to the other Darius. So if your opponent is on Time Warp, they're not going to be able to use it this turn, and they have to get that Thousand-Tailed Watcher off the table.
What's time rules if they didn't finish this game before the end of time?
That should have been specified, but it's complete the current turn and 5 additional turns. So if we're going into...
Then would we go into game 3 if it was a 1-1? Or would we call it a tie?
It would be go into game 3, but
sure, there's the Time Warp.
There's Time Warp. We survive. So we're potentially just going to play our own Thousand-Tailed Watcher to win the game next turn. If the other card in our hand is Thousand-Tailed Watcher, Entropy will be walking away with this neck-and-neck race 2-0. Stupefied, draw card, looking for the Watcher. Do we have it? We do not. It's going to be going to game 3, so they've got 3 minutes to get this started, and then we go 5 additional turns. Player with the highest score will be the winner. That will be 1-1 as far as I'm... I didn't see a Watcher come down. And they didn't disconnect from the table. Yeah, I don't think Terrasadon...
So 1-1.
Able to defend off and prevent this this Time Warp from being able to clear them out. If either of those Dariuses would have survived, that game would have been over. So that was well navigated by Terrasadon. So it's probably going to be a double Reavers game. I can't remember if Entropy's already played Reavers Row. Usually double Reavers. It might not be. It might be Void Gate. Reavers, double Reavers. We're going to Bilgewater, baby. 4 cards. They have got 2 minutes, 25 seconds before we go to end of match procedure. So this is going to be tough because at the end of those 5 turns, the player with the highest score is the one that will win this game and win the match, consequently. Do the players know that they've got 2 minutes left? Well, we can just say in the chat, I believe they are the last table going.
Left. No, there is another table as well, by the look of
One of it. Okay.
Which is Cedro versus Jibs.
Yeah. Okay. Poro gets onto point first, and then we're sending the Kaisa in because we know it's end of match procedure, and we've got 2 Reavers Rows. We're trying to play this out quickly, try and get a points lead. We're going to shut down the attack because Reavers Rows is going to let us retreat both our units, allowing us to potentially double score. 1 minute, 18 seconds before we call time on the round. And then if you tell these guys, I'll put it in the chat as well so that the other table knows.
I've let them know already that they got 2 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. If one of those Darius has made it through, it was 100% close. So it was a good spot for Terrasadon to see that and then just make the read that it was Time Warp. Falling Star with a Blast Cone Fade. That is some tech. We don't see that at all. So we actually got the hidden card, and we're going to get the double score. Going to even that score out. 40 seconds. Oh no, we're only going to get the 1 score because, of course, Black Cone Fade comes in Yeah, not everything in Kaiser has accelerate. I do forget that. We burned our runes, and we've got another hidden card. We're seeing all the hidden cards. This is some tech that's just been slided in. Void Seeker? Yeah, but you're going to flip up another Blastcone Fae, probably. Yep, it's Blastcone Fae. So that we're going to be able to maintain control of that point.
See it?
Yep, it's a hidden card. You can hide it, and then when you reveal it, a unit gets -2 might this turn. So if you play it into base, that is time on the round. So end of the current turn, 5 additional turns. I'll just tell the other people where are we here.
It's table 5.
Oh, that should have been at here, not colon here.
You don't need to add here, just add your own jibs.
Yeah.
Just if you edit your post, it won't actually ping them, so just type at and that.
Oh, yeah, so I'm going to have to copy and paste. Okay.
You don't need to. Just there we go. I'll sort it.
Okay, you know what? Let's just let let's let the technical wizard handle this, and then we just run our mouths. 2/2. This is turn. Is this a current turn, or is this turn? Because I looked away for a second.
Turn 4. They started, so they've just started now.
This is turn 1 of the 5 turns.
Of the 5 turns, yeah.
Okay. It's going to play retreat into that Void Seeker. Nox is hopeful. Sentry. 2 up. This is turn 2. Going to score point, take the lead. Our opponent has a rune lead. A significant one at that. But we are playing on Reavers, so aggression is kind of rewarded, as Accelerate is way less effective, especially on double Reavers. Going to go to 4. Tapped out. Normally you'd play this a lot slower, but we're out of time. So now it's all about who can take that lead and hold it by the end of these. And we've only got 3 turns left. Hiding a card. I love these hidden cards. This is such cute tech. Because it really jams up the math. It lets you maintain units, especially the Blastcone phase. Those are really cool.
It's also nice to have something it's like, yeah, I definitely have something. You just don't know what it is. There's a Stupefy.
Draw card. This is turn 3. Let's put it in one of these rare occasions where if you could have just took both battlefields, you could have time warped up to 6. Because it's 5 turns rule, you'd win off of that, so that's funny.
Oh.
Stupefy, try and trade with Darius. You can just retreat the Darius.
Did you just say that time warp counts as a turn for the 5-turn end of time procedure?
Yeah, so take an extra turn, and that is a turn, and there's 5 turns.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's BM. That's just bad manners. It's like, we have 5 turns left, but I'm going to take one of them.
I'm going to take an extra one. Yeah.
How many turns are left from here? They just want to know. Let me just check.
Should be 2 turns after this.
1, 2, 3. So 2 turns.
Yeah, it's trying to decide, do I retreat or do I accept this? This is turn 3, right?
Yeah. No, this is turn 4.
This is turn 4, so the next turn is the final turn.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had 3 turns since. Okay. So I said time, end of the current, and then 5. So they ended that turn. So this is 1,
Territory
and
turn 1.
2, and 3. So they are on the 3rd turn.
This is turn 3. Yep.
On turn 3. 2 turns after after this.
Yeah, the chat limit is killer.
Yeah, I don't understand it. They could have set it to like, actually, how many? I started with 256 characters. It's such a weird limit.
Yeah, it's smaller than a tweet. You're supposed to use a lot more emojis. It's there. Okay, gonna retreat as we go on to turn 4.
Cedra and Jibs are getting on. I've got a judge call. There we go. There's over.
You got the result?
Yeah, Jibs won that one.
Yeah. Cleave charging into what is almost certainly a Blast Cone Fae. Yep. Could have been Consult to pass, I guess. Oh, Void Seeker. But Blast Cone Fae is still -2. Stops the point score. We need to get that point this turn. If you fail to get that point and you get the double score, it's going to be impossible for Terrasadon to come back. Oh, they get the commitment.
That is a lot.
But if we get a double score this turn, which we absolutely will, we'll go to 6.
Yeah, there's no resources to be able to fight that back.
Yeah, we go to 6, and the highest on the final turn we can get to is 5 for Terrasadon. So this is going to be Entropy's game.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. It can't score 3 points. We're not playing Purple Yasuo, and we're not playing Ahri. And even then, Ahri wouldn't get a hold. Entropy taking the game down. Very, very well played by both players. I love the way that Entropy was playing game 1. I think the hidden cards were really, really cool game 2. I don't think they made that much of an impact, but yeah. Expertly navigating the end of match procedure we have set for this tournament.
I've just given everybody a last chance to drop before the next round.
Yep.
I think that Terrasadon's just going to play their last turn just to show what they could, see what they could do.
Oh, yeah.
Because even if there was another turn after this, it would still be game.
Yeah. And you could Feisenthal Watcher and
playing it out for fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of difficult to take anything from this last turn 100% as gospel because as how the game would have actually played out, because the players were playing very differently because we were in end of match procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darius is going to survive.
2 players drop from that round. It's going to basically give us 4 tables, I think, which is all good. But I foresee that it's going to be Entropy versus Mers in the final.
Yeah. For all the biscuits.
And
right, these are 2.
We mean Discord rolls.
Yes, Discord rolls. Going to be getting a new member to silver, and we're going to get a bunch of people over the bronze this week. So effectively, our XOs are getting 2 promotions. Our X1s are getting 1 promotion, but I am going to switch that based on your overall match wins. So for 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and then create points brackets for each of the tiers so that everybody gets there. Everybody gets to effectively progress, even if they go X2, and there's not a reason to just drop. And you might say, why do I want those server roles? And it's like, well, they show up higher on the list.
Literally, it just shows how you did in the tournaments. So people have an idea of who it is that they're going up against.
Something that I want to do, actually, it just starts figuring it out. And that is going to be Entropy taking the game down and going in to the final round to fight Mers for the XO position. But yeah, something I'd like to consider doing for the forum is actually, when we get enough people getting to the higher ranks, is creating a chat just for higher ranked people if they just want to find their own matchmaking in that level. or just give them a little space as like a little reward, like a little lounge, a VIP lounge, as it were.
Let's go back over to us. I'm really glad that I probably should have checked that you were ready to go immediately on camera there, rather than just like.
I'll always be ready. Always be ready. Need a haircut, but that's a thing. It's been a lot of fun so far. We're seeing a lot of Kai'Sa, kind of be expected, especially after Rift Labs. A lot of people didn't want to go into that tournament playing something new or something unknown, something that wasn't proven. Making a read. If a lot of people have gone for the top end decks and people have gone for the counters, we've moved back to Kai'Sa, and people are just probably bringing this over because it's like, this is what I've been practicing for the last 2 weeks. So it makes total sense that we're seeing a lot of Kai'Sa here, a lot of Kai'Sa mirrors as well. But they're being pretty well played, and they're quite fun once you understand the dynamics of them. And you can use that to then springboard your understanding for all of the other kind of ways that you're building your deck and what you're trying to achieve at any given turn. But we'll get the pairings sorted and we'll get everybody seated down, and then we'll be able to get started with our final round of the evening, which is going to be round 5 of the Bandle Blitz. I don't know if we're actually going to a hold screen here or if I'm just...
Will be in a moment. You
staring off into space
for a moment.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, sure. That's usually the bit where we check out, but no, we're still going.
We've still got a round to go.
Yeah.
Just letting people know that the pairings are up.
Yep. It's going to be a Kai'Sa versus Misfortune, which is a Misfortune's preferred matchup, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Here's a question about whether or not Kai'Sa plays Thermobeam in their side for the Aurora matchup, but it is kind of a really awkward card to play. But it is Kai'Sa's like only answer to Aurora. You can play Unchecked Power. We have seen a few Unchecked Powers being played by Kai'Sa decks just to sort of counterbalance this. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those Aurora decks are feeling very, very brave that they don't play Unyielding Spirit. The card that basically says, your guys can't take damage from spells this turn, which is a very good counter to Unchecked Power. Your opponent taps out, taps all their units, tries to deal 13 to all your units, and you just say, I'll take 0 damage, please. And then your opponent proceeds to cry in the corner, where they belong.
Matt.
Yeah, okay, fine. Let's all be friendly. Friendly with this. We're just going to...
We're not toxic, I swear.
No, of course not. We're not elitist. Get good. We're not those kinds of people. We're here for everybody. It's Riftbound and chill, baby.
Riftbound and chill. I'm gonna get connected straight into Mercy and Entropy because this is going to be our final, and whoever wins this is going to be first.
I reckon there should be a swiping mechanic for us to decide the pairings when you come onto this platform. You just go swipe through people. Be like, yeah, I want to play against this person, and that'll add the chill element to our riftbounding.
Okay, let me just move myself to.
Oh, we've just reconnected to that lobby.
Yeah, to that old lobby. Let me just wait for them to get.
Yeah, move over. And guys in the chat, how have you been finding things anyway for the tournament so far? We'd always love your feedback. By all means, just shoot us a message in the Discord server, or you can just say in chat for things that we could be doing a little bit better. Start GG, we'll already take that one on the chin and say that we're not going to use that again. It's good advertising, but that's probably about it. We'll be using Challenge for the. There we go. Now we just got to put ourselves in
Just put ourselves into a spectator.
Oh, they just left, I think. Cause,
they may have gone into the other person's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see whether they're joining Mers's table. Do I have Mers's direct connect? I do.
Yes. Oh, because we're still connected to this game, you have to exit the game.
I'm not connected to that game. Oh no, I was connected to that game because it put me in it, didn't it? That's fine.
Yeah, we're just on a desert island as it was, and then we just we're already in spectator, and players are going to be loading in. I'm going to set a timer for this.
So I'm going to play the round 5 sting, which I think is Ziggs.
This'll be a blast.
What do you mean Ziggs?
Yeah, there's a different yodel for every round. It's Tristana for round 1. Round 2 is...
That was just Tristana that was on the screen.
Bandle. Am I saying Bandle? No, I'm not. I don't know his name. The one that's got the robot.
Rumble, but yeah, that
Yeah.
just played the Tristana.
No, it has Tristana on the screen, but there's a voice line from each of the.
Oh, right.
Pops up
Okay.
when you go in. And that one, I think, is Zig saying, "This'll be a blast." Okay, we're
Bang.
loading in. Do you want to? Yep, I was about to say, let everybody know that they can start playing.
Let's get them going.
Cool. So 50 minutes. We're starting now. Let's see what it is that they're playing.
Guys, in chat, who do you think's going to win? Is it going to be Misfortune, or is Kaiser going to take down another tournament this week?
Can I put a poll? Am I allowed to put a poll? Or is polls just
At some point, we need to open a casino with blackjack and dancers and stuff.
Answers?
I don't know if we can say the other word. Like,
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, we don't have access to polls because we aren't an affiliate yet.
oh, okay, we're just
So, Aspirants Climb versus Obelisk of Power.
okay. I guess Obelisk of Power is your worst battlefield into Misfortune, and you assume Misfortune is going to take Aspirant's Climb, which is well, you hope that they take their Obelisk on game one, and you just accept that as a loss. But there's going to be a double Obelisk for Misfortune, so Misfortune is going to be very happy with that.
That's Mers on the top and Entropy on the bottom, as you can tell by the incredibly cursed Monsters Inc. meme.
Yeah, all they've done is put Scully's face on Mike, and it's just wrong on so many levels.
It's a really weird face swap. Mobilize.
We're doing some mulligans.
Oh, I think they accidentally showed a mobilize there.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to right-click, put to the bottom, not accidentally click right-click play, but...
It's fine. People are getting used to this. Wait.
Why would you mulligan a mobilize if you're playing Misfortune? Oh.
I don't know.
We've got two, and if we're going first, if we're going second, then yeah, I could see that. Wait. Oh, they must have drew like an extra card draw pass. We're playing to 9 points. That can't have been a mulligan. There's no way they
it looks
mulligan.
like it was... Okay, yeah, there was just nothing happening in those first turns.
Yeah, that's...
Oh,
guys, a
Catalyst
catalyst.
There's
It's going to be a turn free. It's going to be a turn free Aurora, and we're playing on Aspirant's Climb, so that's going to be quite painful. Not completely unwinnable, but it's going to be very, very uphill for Entropy to beat this, especially playing onto Obelisk. But that's the risk you run whenever you put Obelisk in your lineup, is that the Aurora deck literally can shave an entire turn off of their development. You are potentially at risk from Deadplume Predator if there isn't an Aurora in that hand. But I guess the very aggressive mulligan, if you had Catalyst, knowing that you were going to get the turn free Aurora, was throw back Mobilize and try and dig for the Aurora. Because you don't need to double ramp, you can just get it there with one Catalyst. So the question is, have we found the Aurora? Yeah, those runes are going sideways so fast. There's no way there's not.
There's the Aurora.
They always have it. They always have it. We play the big Foghorn, and it's going to be Mind Splitter. Mind Splitter coming down. It's going to reveal Entropy's hand, and then the best card's going to get ripped. That's interesting. For the viewers, which card do you rip out of there? Is it your Thousand Tail Watchers? That's the thing that's most likely going to kill your stuff. Is it the Time Warp? Because that can end the game. You could potentially take away Darius' Cleave option, if you decide, but yeah, then you're leaving the Watcher and Time Warp. I don't like leaving that Time Warp there, but I only get to take one. I think I agree with the Watcher, to be honest. Watcher having the ability to clear out multiple of your units, and you've got 9 points to play too, so it's going to be a while before Time Warp plays come into this. Darius moves over and scores the third point of the game. We're going to get the whole point, and Kaiser's almost certainly going to get withdrawn.
A Watchful Sentry coming in, and a Noxus Hopeful. And everybody's coming back.
Yeah, everybody goes back to base to buy items. There's no way that you're going to recall that. And the cool thing we did there is because Darius was in base when our turn started, we could move, play 2 units, ready Darius, move them back, move everybody back, so we don't fall prey to Dead Bloom Predator. And if Misfortune does decide to push out, we know that there's the cleave option for Darius to kill the Mind Splitter for free. But doing this allows us to score and then deploy onto her. We could also consider bringing out our chosen champion Misfortune and then putting her on the obelisk and then withdrawing her to base to ready the Mind Splitter, to retreat the Mind Splitter, and then we get the Aurora proc. And this way we don't risk the Mind Splitter. We're trashing a rune, so that's a fight or flight most likely.
Yep.
It's definitely not a Teemo. Inverted timelines, both players been out their hands. That's, I guess at this point, if you get another Mind Splitter off the top, you'll get complete knowledge. That is an interesting card. Each player discards their hands and draw 4. It's a good one to play if you end up drawing things like your Volley Bear out of your Aurora deck, because you just very seldomly get to 12 runes to play it. It's not really worth paying 12 runes for either, to be honest. Oh, there was double volley. Yeah.
Oh, got rid of the time warp as well.
Yeah, we do clear out one of the time warps. And we also get rid of the cleave, one of the cleaves. Now, there's every chance that Kaiser's just drawn another Thousand-Tailed Watcher, but we know one's already down. We've got Fight or Flight to help protect our Mindseeker. Mind Splitter even, and we're going to get an Aurora trigger here, and we do have 5 runes, probably getting Catalyst of Aeons. That's interesting to play that there, because Catalyst has an additional ability. If you get up to 12 runes, you can draw a card with it.
Here we see the Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, this part of the internet, localized entirely within this stream.
Yeah, we've thrown out 2 of the Volley Bears. That is pretty unfortunate. We'd have loved to have got one of those in play. Dead Bloom, Mind Splitter, and Fight or Flight. I'm not sure if I would have liked to have gone for the Accelerate Misfortune retreat there, but our opponent is on 3 points, and we do need to start getting some fat onto the table. But we did play Invert Timelines, so there's a high chance for a Thousand-Tailed Watcher.
Just a horrific visual there, throwing lard onto the table.
We have 1 rune up, so it's possible Bullet Time.
Ooh.
Bullet Time Fight or Flight to play through. That would be... You can't run your whole band of merry men into a Bullet Time. That would be painful.
Nicer. 4.
4 draw card. Might just abandon the obelisk this turn. Yeah, we're in a tank right now. What's been your, I'd say what's been your favorite matchup to watch, but we've seen a lot of Kai'Sa this tournament.
I've seen a lot of Kai'Sa. I've enjoyed everything I've seen of this Misfortune deck, and seeing the amount of ramp that we're getting out of it.
Misfortune is the cool Aurora deck. Master Yi is like the one that people are on, but like that is faded out pretty fast on Western tournaments online, especially. Just not ever since the Chinese regional, when everyone was like, "Hey, ramp Yi, ramp Yi, ramp Yi," and now no one's playing ramp Yi. In fact, even the Master Yi players aren't playing ramp Yi; they're playing the more mid-range or closer to the ground one. I think it's just because of how fast you can get punished by the aggressive decks.
Still thinking about that round 1 Darius mirror.
Oh, the hook Darius. Yeah, that was really cool.
It was a lot of fun to watch. It's a shame it just didn't kick off in that second game.
Oh, it did for one player. 50% of the players.
50% of the players.
50% of the players had a great time in that match. We're going to use Firefight to send Darius home. It's like, do you want to come back in? Dangerous duo. I'm going to be able to pump up that Darius a bit more if it comes back in. Potentially going to 9, but that's Not really enough. I mean, you can take out one of these two big units. If you send the whole team and you just get into a bullet time, it's just garbo.
Not worth it. And it's being telegraphed that bullet time may be coming down.
I mean, you're almost halfway through the deck. Statistically, you should have seen, you're most likely to see one. The invert timeline's aggressively digging as well.
What is the deck out rules in this game?
So you don't actually end the game if a player runs out of cards. What happens is you choose, if your deck ran out, you choose an opponent. That opponent immediately gains 1 point, and then you shuffle your discard pile back into your deck, and it becomes another deck.
Ah, it has a reload mechanic. That's great.
Yes, you reload and you give an opponent a point. So what tends to happen is that you just, in a 1v1, you give your opponent a point. But at that stage, that's probably the 8th point.
Yeah.
We send the team. Is it bullet time?
Is it going to happen? Oh.
No.
No bullet time.
Oh, we get the double clear.
Gosh.
Oof, the sweat on Entropy's brow must have been like that meme, pushing the buttons like, oh, do I go in? Do I charge my team with the bullet time? Oh, I don't know what to do. Clearly, we just man up and send them in, and we get a very, very good exchange, especially since 2 volleys are down. Another dead point. But we like those. We like those because it means that it's not coming for free off of the Aurora. Retreat Kaiser. Get a ramp. But it is probably going to be Mind Splitter. So you could still chase that Kaiser all the way back to your opponent's hand if it's Mind Splitter off of the Aurora. There's 1 bullet time. Always count the bullet times that are being drawn from these Auroras. Soul Gorger. Oh, yeah. So those volleys. If you play the Soul Gorger, you can get back a Volley Bear. Yeah, there's no way you don't get Volley Bear here. Wait, you could get Mind Splitter if you wanted to take another peek at your opponent's hand, but Volley Bear is so good, and it's so hard for Kaiser to actually kill a Volley Bear. You'd have to go Smokescreen Falling Star. Volley Bear imposing.
It's very imposing.
Definitely not from the Golden Compass. Gonna get 2 runes. Is it free? Lecture and Yordle. How do we get to 9? We're at 4. This is the kind of situation where you want unchecked power, because Misfortune is not playing unyielding power, most likely. I mean, I think we'll probably start seeing these Aurora decks having to start respecting unchecked power. I'd say historically, but historically literally accounts for the last 2 months of online tournaments. The game's not even out yet. You just play unchecked power, and your opponent just doesn't play it because it's like takes up your entire turn, doesn't really accomplish anything. But yeah, it does get the job done in situations like this. Accelerate Kaiser. Yep, go straight over to the
if we get any tournament venues that are running it near us, whether we can convince them to let us start streaming their games as well, like the tournaments live.
Oh,
so we can see actual gameplay.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one in Sheffield that would be interested. Oh, Ride the Wind is going to be able to contest this Kaiser Conquer. Yeah, send the volleys. It would be a lot to kill that volley. Even if you had Void Seeker, you're only getting to 8 versus Volley Bear's big booty of 10. Yeah, Kaiser's going to go down. Ride the Wind is kind of not... We've not seen a ton of it in Misfortune as far as I can tell. But this card is probably one of the most ridiculous spells in the entire first set. Main reason being it's a spell that lets you score on your opponent's turn. And there's not a lot of those, because you can move, block an opponent taking a point and score it, or you can take that point yourself. It could be sending a unit with ganking to a point, and then you can move it across. You're supposed to play it with the purple Yasuo, where if it moves 3 times in a turn, you score a point. But Ride the Wind's just ridiculous good. You can even save units by moving them back, and then they come back wherever they end up. They're ready, so they're good to still move for that turn. Moving your units is a resource, their movement action, and getting a free one of those is very, very good. Yeah, Kaisa is literally trying to navigate attack on Titan here. Like, they're playing the scouts, and we have our Misfortune Mars is literally just playing these absolute giant baddies that are they're going to eat everything. Send in the Dangerous Duo. There's one Hedge Tech Ray Dangerous Duo potentially going to go after the. We ate a rune, so we're going after Dreadbloom? No, Soul Gorger. Okay, yeah, we'll just take a Soul Gorger with us. So I think the play for beating Aurora here is to potentially just run Misfortune out of units. Yep, and that's going to be difficult to do that. So it was there entirely. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, that's going to be a concession. Like, there is a way to... You can beat Misfortune if you calculate that they play 3 Mind Splitter, 3 Dreadbloom, 1 Soul Gorger, 2 Volibear. And you go, if I kill all of that, my opponent can't score for the rest of the game. That will do it, but it's very hard to do that through Bullet Times. Bullet Time seems to just capture that sweet spot that you'd normally exploit. And there's currently 33 minutes left on the round. We didn't see any Teemos this week. General Joel is absent. No sets either. We didn't run into any of those.
Yeah, from next week, we're going to ask people, not necessarily for, maybe not for full deck lists, because we're a casual tournament. There's no point in cheating here. You're not winning anything, really. But we will ask people what champions they're playing, so we get kind of an idea of champions and legends, the signature spells and stuff, just so that we can see.
Yeah, we just grab our legends.
Yeah, just so we know what people are playing, so we can make sure that we get a good spread of interesting features for you.
Yeah, I think we can do that. If we use challenge to get people to sign up, we can get people to leave a note on registration and just ask them what their champion is. Oh, sorry, their legend.
Yeah, I keep tripping up on that. Oh, we're getting a Sigil of the Storm versus a Reaver's Row.
I like the Reavers here. The Reaver is going to be able to let us run away from the Deadbloom Predators, massively reducing their impact. The Sigil of the Storm is pretty hard to play into. You want to score fast, and Sigil is very good at punishing fast-scoring decks, as you have to recycle a rune every time you charge in and take it. By the time Misfortune starts taking units, they usually don't care. So the question is, was there any unchecked powers or any Thermo Beams coming in for Kaisa, or are we going to Sprite Mothers so we can score a lot quicker and then try and get ourselves up to a Time Warp? It's hard to beat Misfortune on Aspirant's Climb, to be honest. And Aspirant's Climb Obelisk is a very hard combination of battlefields to beat Misfortune on. Yeah. Turn 1 stack deck, looking for the Mobilize. Do we hit the Mobilize? They also need to remember to check the button to place the cards randomly to the bottom of the deck. There we go. Is it Mobilize? No, it's Stack Deck 2. Okay, so we can dig for a Catalyst. Catalyst of Aeons is the next best one. So they say the best day to plant a tree was yesterday, the next best time was today, or say 100 years ago. In this case, if we can't get Ramp on turn 1, we'll take Ramp on turn 2. So then we can go 5. Yeah, if we go Catalyst, we've got a turn 3 Aurora open to us. Get Kaisa down, get Sentry over to, yeah, Sigil. Gust. Gust is good. Catalyst. Catalyst of Aeon's going to be going to 7 runes. That's going to be 1 turn away. And that Gust is going to be...
Yeah, what it can. It does best. Just ramp, 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 ramp.
Yeah. And that Gust is denying an entire point is very strong for Misfortune. We did say it has a favorable matchup into this Kaisa player.
Darius coming down. Moving over to... Bring it back over to Mers.
Darius Trifarian in base, and Aurora's coming
9,
down.
2, and there's the Aurora Borealis.
Turn 3, Aurora. Reveal. Sabotages have come in for this fight. 1 bullet time. 1 fighter flight. Deadbloom is going to push the Kai'Sa back home. So a cool thing you can do if you're playing on TCG Arena is each of these zones has a little drop-down button that has some options that are useful. And what they're using here for the Aurora trigger is place all bottom of deck randomly. So that's why the Aurora is getting moved out of the zone. Using that checkbox to just like shuffle everything back very quickly, so you don't have to do it 1 card at a time.
Really good platform. Also, if you've got your own game that you're doing, they also allow people to add custom games to the platform. So if you ever need to do online testing or anything like that, you can use this for it.
That's really cool. Tabletop Simulator has become like a staple for our in-house game development. It's just so good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Quite a lot of cards for Kai'Sa, but again, Misfortune has everything. They did have to double stacked deck for it though, and we've seen 1 bullet time go to bottom, at least.
Yeah, the game that catches me off guard too.
Yeah, yeah. Kai'Sa going to draw. We're going to have to recycle that rune, but we do get to float it, go to 2. Draw card. We have a lot of cards. We're bound to be seeing our side deck card soon. We are a third of the way through the deck. That's a question. Do we have the cleave for Darius to clear up the Dreadbloom? But even if we do, we're playing on Reavers, so that Dreadbloom will run all the way home. And you are absolutely not throwing a bunch of spells at it because it has Deflect. It's like a giant Kiana. I said it doesn't draw cards, it just wins the game all by itself. I guess it's nothing like Kiana when you think about it. Kiana is a good card, though. I'll say that.
Said, Matt, start of the sentence and the end of the sentence.
Yeah, I know. It's things to work on.
Please don't.
Oh, don't work on it. Okay.
No, it's hilarious. That's fine. Don't worry about that.
Darius is going to come in and we're going to do the hokey pokey and turn around, and Dreadbloom is going to go back to base. And we're hiding a hidden card. So those have come in against the Aurora deck. The cool thing with this, the hidden card mechanic, actually, when you think about it, is that counts as one of the cards played for Darius. So it gives you the opportunity to trigger Darius in your opponent's turn. Even if you tap out to play the Darius, you just left that rune up. So it could be Stupefy, Blastcone Fae, and then you'll be able to get the pump, plus you'll be able to drop Dreadbloom low enough. You will eat through runes. So yeah, we're not challenging that hidden card. We're going to take the Kai'Sa.
Taking the Kai'Sa out.
Yeah.
What are we playing here?
8. It's 2 purples. It's a Mind Splitter. Let's take a peek at the opponent's hand and take away your best card, as you do. So you just click the drop down arrow, reveal.
Oof, Falling Star. We've got 3 Sprite Mothers, a Thousand-Tailed Watcher, and the Darius. What would you take out here?
Watcher. Watcher has the biggest impact on the field. The Sprite Mothers is concerning, but they do cost a power each, and they're quite expensive, and they're not really challenging anything you do. You've got an Aurora trigger coming as well. So 1,000.
Oh,
interesting.
The Falling Star instead. And here comes the Aurora.
I mean, if you hit another Mind Splitter, you definitely go for the 1,000-tailed Watcher.
There it is. It's a Deadbloom.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing a bunch of tech coming off here. So it's got to be Blastcone, probably revealing the Blastcone Fae, and then stupefying the Mind Splitter to not play a ridiculous deflect cost.
Yeah, there it is. Blastcone Fae.
Yeah, we can use Kai'Sa to pay the additional cost for a spell. Oh, this is an ability. This isn't a spell. I don't think you can use Kai'Sa to pay for that. Because it's not an additional cost being added to a spell. It's to a unit.
Use only to play spells. Abilities that add resources can't be reacted to.
Yes, but if the additional cost is added to your spell by deflect, you can. But this isn't a spell; this is a unit, so I don't think you can use Kaiser to pay for it.
Oh no, it's just react later for 0. It's already been paid for when it was put down.
Yeah, but Dread Plume Predator has deflect.
Ah, yes, my bad.
Yeah, I'll have to check that actually because I'm. Yeah, because I know you can
Spell
play
ability.
You can use Kaiser's ability to pay for deflect cost, but I don't know if you can use Kaiser's ability to pay for a deflect cost for an ability. You must be able to.
No, it says you use only to play spells.
Yeah, they have ruled that you can use it as to pay deflect cost because it adds the cost of the spell. So that's where the confusion's coming. The card text on these cards are not particularly clear. There's a couple of Jumanji riddles going on.
RTFC rule isn't working here.
Yeah. Yeah. Read the card.
Yeah.
And we get the 4 points. Hit a card. Fight or flight.
Yep. Paying some more. We're going to invert timelines.
Yeah, your opponent spends all that time trying to get advantage. I guess that's why you don't take the Thousand Tail Watcher. We could have made that read in that situation because the card that was playable that turn was Falling Star. All three Sprite Mothers that sided in for this matchup.
Yeah, all three Sprite Mothers.
Thousand Tail Watcher.
Mothers, Retreat, and a Thousand Tail Watcher was just discarded there.
Yeah. Oh, that was the play, wasn't it? It was like a Blast Cone Fey, reduce your thing, return the Blast Cone Fey, Sabotage. I get to take a look at your new hand and steal a card. You got to say it with an accent. I don't know why. It's just how you say Sabotage.
Oh, there's the time warp.
We're just ripping this Kaiser apart. Yeah, you do recycle that. It's not just a straight discard. Everyone forgets that on Sabotage. You have to say it in a Bane accent. If you're at home and you're playing, you go, I play Sabotage. Show me your hand. Yes. You thought that this was going to help you. Okay, we're going to give ganking to the Minds player, and we're just going to skip past that terrible impression. And score on the Reaper's Row. We do resolve Aurora. Are we resolving Aurora?
Maybe. Is it meant to have? I can say something.
If you ended your turn, you have to resolve. There, we're resolving the Aurora. Multiple copies of Invert Timelines in this list. Fading Memories, interesting choice to bring in. I believe that is our second bullet time that we've seen.
Oh, and that's Soul Gorger.
Soul Gorger is pretty good. Actually, no. Soul Gorger is hilariously bad for Terra Sadon because every time they've played Aurora, the first card they've revealed has always been.
And there goes the Woolly Bear.
Let's get some chonk on the point. It's a big boy.
Just a wall.
Yeah, it's just... That's a lot of might to try and connect with. And we've just lost time warp. Our whole hand strategy has been revealed. I don't envy Entropy. It was uphill to start with. The Misfortune decks kind of came to fight Kai'Sa. But we could... Oh, is it Unchecked Power? No, it's Thousand Tail Watcher. We did rip one. If we're going to mount a comeback, this is the start of it. Unfortunately...
That is the Ravenbloom.
Unfortunately, Volibear very much counters Thousand Tail Watcher because it's got shield free, so it just gains the free that you take off of it.
Welcome in, Spirit Chiller. We're in chat.
Hey, Spirit Chiller.
We are on
if you want to come chill, if you want to come chill, join our Discord server, which is the Riftbound and Chill server, so we feel like you'll be right at home. That's my shameless plug. Back to our regular broadcasting. We're 4-4. We're going to take the retreat on the Mind Splitter. Main reason for that being is that we get to just send it straight back in and push the Darius back. Because the Darius is... Well, we're currently tapped out as a Kai'Sa player, so we've got the only defense that we've got for our Darius is to push it back. Unless we had another Blast Cone Fey. I do like the spice that Entropy's been trying out. This seems Pretty cool. That Mind Splitter comes in for the hokey pokey. And we're just going to send left foot in, left foot out.
That is what it is all about. I need to set up a Discord bot. Well, the chat bots into this Twitch.
So we have to manually stream. Yes. Thank you for joining us on our very first dive into the world of live streaming. It's not our first time actually being on camera doing this stuff, as we used to do it for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away. Or London, depending on how you determine how far things are.
I mean, we did it in other countries as well, but... Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was that another volley bear that just came down from that Aurora?
Yeah, it's double volley. It's like, choose a side. Choose a side, I'm going to draw cards.
This is difficult to come back from. How long is left on the round?
19 minutes, 30 seconds.
We may be able to jump over to a bonus game if we don't...
I like that.
Get an interview.
I Discord and then we just manually respond. Oh, it's so analog. How do you even fight this, actually? We've got potential... Okay, Falling Star. Are we going after the volley and then go in smokescreen to clear one of the volleys?
Does that really get you anywhere?
Well, we have to do something. Our opponent's going to get one of these hold points and then has ganking. So you're going to have to get at least one of these sides off and make it so that your opponent can't just gank across and score. It's a tall order because your opponent has a million runes. You can't go to the Sigil of the Storm because you're going to be fighting against Fight or Flight. And we've seen 2 bullet times go to the bottom. We haven't seen the third, so we can probably assume the third has been drawn. Or we just lose if the opponent has bullet time. I don't know if there's a way to play around it.
How many bullet times did we see leave, actually?
We haven't played any.
No.
But 2 has gone to the bottom of the deck. Okay, Blast Cone Fae can reduce the might of a unit. So yeah, the Falling Star, 2 pings going to Mind Splitter, and then we can actually get the Blast Cone Fae to clear it. Our Ravenbloom student has also got +1. 6 runes open, potential Darius? Unfortunately, we're kind of in a full send plan when we absolutely cannot really full send into this. So we're going to send the big boys. Volley Bear is going to draw a card, and we're getting close to the bottom of the deck. We're probably getting close to the end of the line of units that Misfortune has, but I don't think the run them out of units plan is going to work. Volley retreats.
Interesting.
Yep,
okay,
we're
lecturing Yordle.
Yeah, we're kind of on a bit of a... We're on a hold plan. I don't like being on hold plans.
Gosh, yeah, that's everything going straight into there.
Yeah, because you can give the Dreadbloom Predator on the Sigil, ganking, and the Volley Bear, and then that's 18. So you've got a stack bigger than that. But if your opponent has bullet time, you can just pretty much throw all your runes in the bin.
Pretty much be the end at that point, but we'll see. What we're playing?
We did get the whole...
7.
We did get the whole point.
8.
8.
And 2. So that is a Deadbloom Predator going straight into that battlefield. Stupefy. To draw a card. -1.
We lose a rune as well because of the deflect cost, unless we targeted our Blast Cone Fae. Probably target our Blast Cone Fae.
I think it targeted Blast Cone Fae.
Yeah, we are on 7, so if what we could be doing here with this Deadbloom is that means that we don't have bullet time, so we had it we would have won. We could send in a volley and clear another 2 units out. Oh, yeah, so here's the play. The plan is you send in a volley, you can clear out the Thousand Tail Watcher and the duo, and then you can give ganking to volley. Or you can just send them both in, and then just put 20 in and say, cool, you've got less than 20. I don't have to be good at math. You're actually at 15. And if you play smokescreen, I'm going to be one bigger than you, and I will score this point.
I got the holding point to get that to 7.
Yeah, so this
Should
will be
wouldn't
the.
it?
This would be the winning point.
We just got Jibs winning 2-0 over Flourish there as well.
Well played to Jibs. Jibs has played excellently. From watching the last game, I've got a lot of respect for their Kai'Sa play. There was a lot of thought going behind that, and you can clearly tell from running the Rift Lab series that they've picked up a trick or two from some good Kai'Sa players. And I believe this should be game. We'll see if the scores get updated. There's probably a consideration for, is there a way out of this? You need to find a way to create 5 might out of nowhere or lower your opponent's might by 5.
Found a funny
Close,
video with
though.
an animal that you can't even describe what it is.
Oh, is it a Mexican raccoon? A coate? Because that was a weird animal and I didn't know what it is until I went to Mexico. And I was like, oh my god, this is the most adorable thing ever. Turns out that they are not friendly.
Oh, that's good to know.
They try and steal food from hotels and that, and you're just like, I just want to pet it because it looks friend shaped. But yeah, raccoons, you don't want to try and pet those, even if they look like they need belly rubs.
Let's see whether this is going to be it. I've just got, yep, there we go.
That's our result. Congratulations, Amara's going undefeated in week 2 of the Bandle Blitz. Dun, dun, dun.
If we can get Mers, I don't think we're going to get an interview at this point. It is very late, but let's see if we can jump into somebody else's game so that we can get a gopher, potentially.
A gopher?
Yeah, should we potentially jump into another game? Who is still playing?
Yes.
How long's left on the round?
13 minutes, 18 seconds.
13 minutes. We've got Cedra versus Prismat, which actually would probably be really interesting.
Yeah, we can do Cedra versus Prismat. Actually, it's not a gopher either. I like this. We're playing Guess Who with this random animal from a video. This
that we haven't
Killer
seen.
35 has seen. It's like, oh, I'm thinking of an animal, and it's not a coati. It's not a gopher. May I send the link?
Put it into the Discord.
Yeah, you can put it in Discord, and we'll try and identify what your abominable snowman is.
Okay, let's jump over to the game. Hopefully,
It's probably like a British
finish.
Yeah, it's probably like a British badger because they look so different than American badgers.
Oh, coming in.
Yeah, we're coming in. Darius Hook versus Jinx. 6-3. Jinx is definitely on board with being the aggressor. I kind of want to know what this animal is now, but I can't look away because I'm watching the game.
I'll look for you. Give me a sec.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Cleve recruit coming in to fight this traveling merchant.
Good question. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's
Wait, even you? Even you don't know?
I'm not
look.
infallible.
You have a lot of logic to you.
Join the. It looks like.
So is this in general? Oh, it's a prairie dog.
Yeah, it's a prairie dog.
Yeah, they scream a little bit. The smaller ones, Pikas, are like really adorable. And they squeak a lot.
I disconnect.
That was a Hydrax. Oh, it could be a Hydrax, actually. I just saw the thumbnail and was like, it looks like a prairie dog.
No, yeah, it's a Hydrax. Oh.
Why is it called? Oh, okay, we're just going to have to try and...
Yeah, I'll try reconnecting. Bring that back here.
Why is it called a Hydrax? That's a question. Like, it's not like a Hydra. I'd imagine it'd have multiple heads. It's a Hydra. Hydrax. The animal namers are unique. And then we've got to put ourselves back in spectator.
Good spectator. There we go.
Yeah. Just see if we load in.
Yeah, just nope. No, the website doesn't like us today.
It's saying no peaky, no peaky.
Yeah, it looks like he may be telling us that it's time to sleep. I think that's what it is.
We are getting towards the end of our ropes. No, that's not nice to say.
No,
Getting
it's
towards the
not
end of the
nice to
day.
say. Okay, join the game. I'm in the spectator slot.
Yeah.
Is the table going to load? I don't think it is, but it does look like somebody was on 7 points anyway. So I think the game may have actually just ended.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Prismat was getting very close to wrap up. It was 7-3.
Why do I have a loss?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have a loss. Did you lose one of the games?
I didn't lose any games today. I've been
No,
the
I'm
best.
talking about Jibs. It was
Oh,
just saying
yeah.
I have a loss. Let me just make sure that I've not got that wrong. Because it's possible.
And make sure all the results are in correctly.
Just checking that now.
And we'll get a nice little countdown and stuff. But
Oh, 2-1 Jibs versus, yeah, that's fine. It's my bad. I input something incorrectly last on a couple of rounds ago.
yeah, we can just get that fixed. But yeah, that would be the Bandle Blitz weeks 2. We had a really great tournament.
Yeah, we did.
Overall, it was really enjoyable. We're just fixing that now, Jibs. So your score will be correctly reflected in the final standings.
It will be.
We do apologize for the switchover for tournament software. We had some technical issues with StartGG, but after we got off that, we managed to run the whole thing smoothly. We managed to get through all of our rounds. We saw some excellent play. Really, really enjoyed watching Jib's games. I also did like Mars's misfortune at the end. I mean, that was kind of rough for the Kaiser player to play into that. It's just is what it is. It's already an unfavorable matchup, and then when you get turn 3 Aurora both games, yeah, feels pretty good.
Just going to jump into challenge so that I can actually show the standings as soon as we've got our last couple of games as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with how everything went.
Yes.
Mers and Jibs are on the same points, but the difference has given 1 extra point to Mers. It's probably something about one of your opponents. And
tiebreakers.
Yeah, it's tiebreakers.
Yeah, but overall, we're playing for final record, so you're going to get the highest reward available.
You still get the highest reward available anyway.
Welcome to Silver. We didn't have our winner from last week actually playing, so we're going to have just a few more members joining Silver and then a bunch of people joining our Bronze tier. And then I am going to put the points together for match scores, and we'll keep track of them over the whole thing and add it together. But really glad to have you, and thank you so much for staying with us throughout everything. It's been really, really enjoyable casting this. And Nearly, thank you for being our technical wizard, creating all of our cool stuff to get our branding and just make it look awesome. I'm really, really grateful for that.
Thanks. If you want to find me anywhere, it's Nearly Not Quite on pretty much everything. TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, Tumblr. And Matt here is on pretty much everything as well. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch.
If it's unhealthy for you, I'm probably on it.
Jesus, man.
Including Monster.
They're called Mataragus players and everything.
Yeah, come find us. And
definitely,
yeah.
Definitely. So Cedro versus Prismat, they're actually still going by the look of it. So I may I just have a...
Oh, we might have a little bit more.
Cedro was playing somebody else, wasn't he? Let me have a look and see.
Cedro was playing against Prismat. That was the Jinx versus Darius Hook.
They haven't given a score yet, so I think they may actually be still playing.
We're going to try one more time?
Let me have a look. Yeah, it still says that they're playing. Let's give it a go.
Let's have a look-see here.
I might have just been going to the wrong one the entire time, and that is also an option. So,
Disconnected to some random. They're like, why am I getting harassed?
Oh no, they've just left. That's fine.
Okay, they've just finished. Okay.
Yeah, they've left. So that's fine. Let's see what our final results are then.
Oh.
And then we can have the...
So, Mars and Jibs, if you guys are still around, obviously we're not going to do it for the tournament's sake, but if you need to know the answer to that question, who was going to win, you guys can jump into a match. I'm pretty sure the guys would love to spectate it on the Discord. But obviously, it's not part of the tournament. But if you both are the undefeated players, if you want to shake that tree, we'd definitely find that pretty enjoyable. But yeah, love that second week of the Bandle Blitz. Twitch, ton of fun, and looking forward to being back again same time next week for another one next Saturday.
Just checking to see who in our server is still streaming, because we can actually just bring us over into Terrasadon's stream, but just making sure that we got that last score. Let me just check and just at somebody and ask for the score.
Yeah, we've got 4 minutes 43 seconds. If anybody's still playing, I don't believe they are. I think we've all got the results.
Just missing
Spirit Chiller. If you don't have a deck, I'd recommend going over to Piltover Archive and then just stealing somebody else's deck. I mean, you get to copy their deck and then play it on the digital platform.
You don't physically steal somebody's deck, like.
Yeah, no swiper, no swipey. That's never fun.
Sure, I got that last score.
And then if you want to play the good deck, you play Kaiser. If you want to play if you really like an underdog story, you play Garen.
And that's 2-1 to Cedro. Let's
put that
in and see what our final score is. Submit. And then if I refresh this page and click this button, we can see our final scores.
And yeah, we have our final standings. Mars Jib sits at the top. Entropy, Ocean,
and
can't read that.
Cedro, Prismat, and Terrasadon is our top 8. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you very much for sticking around with us through all of the stuff that happened at the start. That was very difficult just to sort out. We've ironed everything out, so it should be a lot easier. Easier going forward. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for sticking around with us. I appreciate that it's very late in the UK where we are now, and maybe where you are. So
it's already tomorrow here.
It's already tomorrow here. So with that, we're actually going to raid into one of our community. I'm going to make sure that I'm spelling the name right before I go. Oh, I can't raid them. They've not got raid set up.
No worries.
But let me just see if Prismat's still going.
Yeah, we'd love it if you are watching and you're currently not part of the stream and you're like, hey, I think I want to get into this game. Come join our channel. We'd love to have more of you and just grab people to play. We play on TCG Arena. We play on TTS.
That's going.
Whatever.
I can't raid into you, and I don't know why. I'm about to post the standings.
Yeah, we'll just get the final standings out there. But for us, that's going to be everything. So we'll catch you next week at 7 p.m. British summertime. You can also find the exact time zones on the Discord link. So it'll be very easy if you just come over to our server and see when in your time zone that's going to be.
Yeah.
But
apologies
for now,
we can't raid into you. I don't know why it's not working, but that's all good. Anyway, thank you very much, and we'll see you all again next Saturday. Matt may be here earlier than that, playing some Riftbound just on this channel in general, so make sure you follow, join the Discord, and you'll get all the updates. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.
Good night. See you next time.